아. 안녕하십니까. Hello. 안녕하세요. Hello. 나스를 가라. 오케이. 삼 3차 나왔습니다. 네, 3차 오늘 플레이 테스트 해보려고 다시 클래식 서버에 접속했거든요. 근데 얘기를 해보니까 엘나스를 가서 3차 전직관한테 얘기하면 바로 전직을 시켜준다고 하네요. 여기 지금 접속해 있는 친구 얘기를 들어보니까 용기사는 아직 괜찮은데 다른 직업은 다 다른 직업은 좀 안습이라고 하네요. 한번 가서 봅시다. 너프라고 하기에는 아직 좀 이르고 한번 봅시다. 너프라고 하기에는 아직 좀 이른 감이 있기 때문에 게임이 어떻게 출시될지도 모르고 게임의 방향성을 아예 모르기 때문에 이게 버프인지 너프인지 단정짓기가 개인적으로 좀 이르다고 생각합니다. 그래서 한번 지금 테스트니까 테스트 한번 해보고 달라진 점을 얘기해 본 다음에 이게 버프인지 너프인지는 조금 더 해봐야 알 수 있지 않을까. 와, 사람 많네. Oh my. 이건 뭐예요? 엘나스로 바로 갈 수 있는 이게 나왔네. 엘나스로 바로 갈 수 있는 주문서가 나왔어요. 주문서. 엘나스 주문서. 오르비스에서 바로 쓰면 갈 수 있는 건가 이건? Go. 우후후. Is he gonna get everything? 와. GG's. More? Up. Up. Oh no. It's this one. Damn. Oh shoot. Is it a tie? It's a tie. Ooh, this one was hard. Good round. I always love these little mini games I have. The omoks and the card matching. Always fun. It's a good time. 굉장히 빨리 도착하네 배가. 여기서 이거 쓰면 되나 그럼? 오 이렇게 바로 와지는구나. 오케이. 부금이요. 네 부금 따로 틀어놓은 거입니다. 부금은 따로 틀어놓은 거고 글로벌 서버에서 나오는 부금 아니에요. 와 사람 많다. Look at all these people. 자 그럼 시작을 해볼게요. 여기서 이제 3차 전직을 테스트를 해볼 건데 처음으로 우리가 궁수 위에서부터 천천히 내려와 봅시다. 여기 궁수 전직관 있고 도적 전직관 있고 마법사 전직관 그리고 우리가 알고 있는 전사 전직관이 이렇게 있는데 여기서 대화를 하면 레벨 100으로 펌핑을 해주거든요. 레벨 100에 이제 저격수하고 레인저를 테스트를 해봐라. 오케이. 레인저 먼저 해봅시다. 레인저. 이건 무슨 플랫폼이냐? 이거는 미국에서 이제 출시하게 될, 아직 출시는 안 됐지만 출시하게 될 메이플스토리 클래식 서버라고 베타 테스트 진행 중이거든요. 근데 여기 보시면 이제 3차 전직이 오늘 나와가지고 경험을 해볼 수 있게 나왔는데 한번 해봅시다. 아 여기 시끄럽다 너무. 일단 여기서 나갑시다. 너무 시끄러워. 오케이 여기 나와서 오 미끄럼 이거 이것도 물리 엔진도 제대로 해놨네. 미끄러지는 게 옛날과 똑같네요. 오케이 아이템 다 껴보고 아 이것도 다 올려야 돼. 덱스 힘 60? 힘 70까지 찍어야 되네. 이 활을 끼려면 힘을 70까지 찍어야 되니까 이렇게 하고 이렇게 일단 풀세트 입어보고 와 보면 이제 자투가 안 나온 상황에서 전 직업의 투구를 볼 수 있는 게 참 좋죠. 캐시템 안 낀 사람들. 오케이 일단 봅시다. 크리티컬 이것도 1차 전직 이것도 조금 신중하게 찍어야 하더라고요. 포인트를. 아 이제 이렇게 나눠놨네. 1차에는 46이 남아있고 2차로 가면 2차 스킬 포인트는 따로 있고 3차는 따로 있고 이렇게 해놨네요. 그러면 뭐 크리티컬 마스터 해야 되겠고 여기서 포커스 나머지는 그냥 어떻게 할까? 에로우 블로우 하나에 더블샷 하나 이렇게 해놓고 에로우 블루를 여기다 놓고 파워넉백도 좀 다르게 돼가지고 보면 재밌을 것 같아요. 더블샷 2차로 가서 보호마스터리. 보호마스터리는 이미 알고 있죠. 회피율 20이 올라가는 이제 새로 나온 보호마스터리. 전직업 테스트 해야죠. 그리고 이게 새로 나온 스킬 아마존의 저지먼트. 크리티컬 확률 시 적의 이동 속도를 늦춰준다. 이걸 일단 마스터해야 되겠다. 새로 나온 스킬이기도 하고 해서. 그리고 파이널 어택도 이제 약간 변경이 있는데 파이널 어택이 발동 시 이게 아마 50%의 확률일 거예요. 마스터하면 50%의 확률로 활이 나가는데 적 3명한테 다수기입니다. 다수기로 변경이 됐어요. 파이널 어택이. 그래서 여기 보면은 90%의 데미지로 적 3마리를 때린다. 부스터 찍어주고 어떻게 찍을까? 이거 한 10 찍고 나머지 여기다 찍어야 되겠다. 여기 보면은 뭐 이 에로우 붐은 변경이 별로 없는 것 같은데 변경된 점이 있다면 이거는 근데 메이플 클래식 공통점인데 다수기가 대부분 6마리에서 4마리로 바뀌었어요. 그래서 이 설명을 읽어보면 Can't attack more than 4 at once. 4명 이상 공격을 가할 수 없다. 이렇게 나오거든요. 이렇게 바꿔놓고 3차로 가보죠. 3차에서는 이 제일 우리가 궁금해했던 궁수 3차의 윈드 스텝이라는 약간 이 이동기가 생겼는데 이게 스트레이프 대신 스트레이프 이거 말고 또 뭐 있지? 또 스킬이 있었는데 약간 그 궁수들이 빠르게 움직이는 스킬이 있었거든요. 이동 속도 올려주는 스킬. 이름이 까먹었네. 그걸 올리면은 이동 속도가 한 130까지 올라갔나? 140? 스러스트 맞아. 스러스트가 사라진 대신 이 윈드 스텝이 생겼는데 윈드 스텝 한번 봅시다. 마스터 레벨에 얼마나 올라가는지. 오, 뭐야 이거? 점프하면서 안 되겠죠? 점프하면서는 사용이 안 되고 바닥에 있을 때만, 이 평지에 닿아 있을 때만 약간 이 이동기가 있네. 이렇게 변경이 됐고 참 신기하네요. 트레이프 마스터 해보고 데미지 보고, 그리고 이 인페르노 불화살이죠. 이것도 변경이 생겨가지고 이제 도트 데미지가 들어가게끔 해놨는데 좀 변경된 것만 골라서 우리가 한번 봅시다. 인페르노 한번 보고 레벨 30 찍어서 인페르노 여기다 올려놓고 또 나머지는 그냥 하나씩만 찍어가지고 해봐야 되겠다. 아이고 스킬이 좀 모자라네. 에로우 레인도 한번 해보고 싶은데 어떻게 해야 되지? 이거 독수리는 그냥 보여주지 않을, 독수리는 변경된 게 없으니까 독수리는 그냥 없어도 되고, 메이플북은 맞습니다. 여기에 5포인트 준 다음에 이렇게 해야 되겠다. 화살, 일반 공격 이렇게 해놓고 가서 체험을 해봅시다. 이제 슬로우가 걸리면 위에 달팽이 모습이 저렇게 생기나 보네. 잠깐만. 스트레이프를 어디다 놓을까? 놔야 되겠다. 퍼펫은 뭐 똑같죠? 그리고 여기서 이제 약간 플래시 점프라고 하기에는 뭔가 역시 확실히 다른 점이 있기는 하네요. 많이 안 나가. 다행이라고 생각합니다. 플래시 점프가 허밋의 아이코닉한 스킬이라고 생각하기 때문에 모든 직업이 이동기 나온다고 했을 때 조금 걱정되기는 했는데 해보니까 나쁘지 않은 것 같아요. 이렇게 약간 이런 식으로 에로우 레인도 마음대로 못 쓰죠. 에로우 레인도 쿨다운이 있기 때문에. 그리고 이제 불화살을 쏘면 도트 데미지가 들어가게끔, 도트 데미지가 이렇게 도트 데미지 좀 보고 싶은데. 오, 재밌는데 이거? 오. 물약 좀 사와야 되겠다. Yo, what's up, my guy? Johnny, do you know how to get free pots? Let me know. Do I know how to get free pots? I do not know. 형님, 저도 내년 초에 캐나다에서 거주할 것 같은데 메이플 인기가 많나요? 메이플 이제 캐나다에서도 이 클래식 서버가 출시되면은 인기가 굉장히 많을 거라고 생각해요. 캐나다에서도 메이플스토리 많이 하고 하니까 북미 전체적으로. 소울마스터랑 점프를 같이 눌러봐라. 그게 안 됩니다. 이걸 막아놨어요. 제가 지금 아까서부터 해보고 있는데 안 돼요. 그러니까 소울마스터라든지 또 그런 계열, 아란도 아마 있을 거야. 아란도 약간 그런 방식의 이동기가 있는데 점프랑 이동기를 동시에 눌렀을 때 이게 돌진하는 그게 있거든요. 근데 이거는 안 돼요. 그게 안 돼. 막아놨습니다. 안 되게끔. 오케이. 핫도그 좀 사놓고 핫도그 더 사야 되겠다. 한 20개? 핫도그 이렇게 올려놓고 네. 조금만 더 테스트 앱으로 가봅시다. 우리 Yo, Ranger came in just in time. Thoughts on Ranger? So for Ranger, I think the evasive step, right, or the wind step, I thought the wind I was worried, right, as you could, if you've been following me throughout this journey, you knew I was kind of worried about other classes than Hermit getting mobility skills and third job advancement, but after actually trying, obviously I have to try the Hermit, but assuming that not much has changed other than the cooldown, the mobility doesn't seem to, like, it's not that big of a deal. I feel like it's a pretty cool incorporation into the mix. I personally don't mind it being like this, and I like it now that I've actually tried it. Because prior to Windstep, they've removed one skill that exists in OSMS, which was, it was a skill called Thrust. And it would increase your mobility by, I think, either 20 or 30. It was a huge margin. So you would essentially walk around with haste. But they removed that and they gave this wind step, which is honestly, like, it doesn't seem, it's actually pretty cool. I think I could see some good usage out of it. It's not bad at all. And now the fire arrow, the dot ticking, it looks like it does about, let's see how much damage it really does. Okay, that one didn't get, because this is a 90% chance or something like that. So we have about 200 damage ticking every second when I do about, ooh, who was that, 5k? I wish I could have my own channel to test. Oh, even the dots can crit. I'm seeing the dots can crit. I see. So these junior, what are these guys called? can't remember what these guys are called. Oh, they don't show the name in this version. Junior Netties, I think they're called. I can't remember. Junior Yetis, Junior Netties. These guys have fire. They're weak to fire. So when I use fire arrow, not only does it more damage, it's actually, the dot actually does more damage too. The damage over time. Okay, I think these like cool effects that they've added are really cool. I like it. The snail is really cool. The dot animation is cool. The only thing that gets me kind of worried is how are they going to be able to differentiate with a bunch of people like hitting the same thing, or will it only show your effect? But then again, that could be an issue too, because you would like to know when the enemy is slowed. Or I guess it doesn't really matter, because then you'd be able to physically see that they're slowed by other people. I'm hunting Taromancers for a Steely or Scroll Drop Taromaces. You think the armor formula is bad? They need to fix it. Okay. Is Ranger Strafe damage okay? Let's see. What is a calculation on this? 90% or was it 100? 100% 4 times. That's 400%. I think double shot goes up to, I believe. I think double shot goes up to 160. 160% per shot. So that's 320 per shot. Strafe seems good. I like how Strafe doesn't like split into multiple enemies. That's nice, because although it's very nice to, although it has its perks that double shot would split into 2 enemies, I didn't want that to happen with Strafe. I want Strafe to just kind of hit the enemies right in front of you, and it looks like it's doing just that, which is nice. So this is going to be your core skill when it comes to a ranger, is shooting 4 arrows at a time. Extremely satisfying on touch, on impact. It feels like it's hitting the enemy. The arrows that hit 4 times consecutively, the sound effect, and it's like spot on with the animation. The sound and the animation is spot on, so it feels really good to play. And I think it's a nice fun class here we have. Arrow rain is obviously on 3 seconds now, 3-second cooldown, so you can't go around spamming arrow rain like you're a mage. They want you to play this class and all classes towards their class identity, and with ranger you're going to be mainly using strafe. Okay, and then everything else is pretty much the same. The wind step was my most I was the most curious about wind step, but it looks like the changes aren't too, it's not like overly dramatized or anything crazy like modern MapleStory or some off some like private server MapleStory. It feels pretty good. Let's go try out the sniper now. I wonder if final attack is now... Oh, it's a toggle. Okay. I kind of wanted to see final attack. Okay, let's... More MP potions. Put it here. We can put final attack here. We'll put it here. I want to check out final attack. So what we're gonna do, booster here, soul arrow booster. Then if I want to do, so it looks like when I crit, it's that slowing animation of a snail appears above. Wait, where's my final attack? Okay, we want to see final attack. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hey Bombastico, what's up, man? That's pretty cool. 오, 파이널 어택 나가는 게 엄청, 와, 이 쾌감이 지리는데 그냥? 화살이 3개가 나가는데 갈리면서 나가거든요. 3개가. 오호, 괜찮은데? Final attack. I like final attack right now. It's extremely satisfying to trigger that. 3 shots in a row. I want to see it trigger more. Is this 50%? That's pretty cool. That is so badass. Obviously, it probably doesn't work with strafe, right? 근데 there's a, you know, 이게 문제가 될 수 있는 게 파이널 어택이 좋기는 한데 주력기인 이 스트레이프를 사용할 때는 스트레이프 사용할 때도 나가네. It also procs on strafe. Now is that good or bad? Because people are gonna do some damage calculation there. They're gonna, because some people might not want final attack to trigger when you use strafe. Wait, does it trigger? Now it's not triggering all of a sudden. 이게 이제 또 안 나가네. Okay, strafe final attack is not going out anymore. Maybe it went out on my mortal blow. 모탈 블로우 쓸 때 나갔나 보다 이게. So final attack does not trigger on strafe. 공수 안 좋아졌냐? 공수 좋은데요? 공수 재밌는데? 플레이 스타일 재밌는데요, 이거? Okay, no final attack on strafe, confirmed. No, it does trigger. What is that? So it does trigger. It's extremely rare or what? Why is final attack triggering at a such low rate when you use strafe? 스트레이프 써도 이 파이널 어택이 나가는데 확률이 굉장히 낮은 것 같아요. 일반 뭐 더블샷이나 에로블로우를 쓸 때보다 아닌가? Isn't this 50%? 50% success rate, but it's extremely like I feel like it's around 10 or 20. It is not getting triggered. I think it only triggers when there's a mob that it can hit. Okay. So it only triggers if there's a mob that it can hit. That makes so much sense. 몬스터가 있는 경우에만 이게 나간다. 스킬이. 그러면 여기선 나가겠지 이제? Dude, you're taking my kills here, bro. Okay, let's try up here. 한 번만 마지막으로 한 번만 더 해보죠. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Alright, I think I like the archers, man. I think they're pretty interesting, they're cool. For me, overall positive, because I'll tell you what, when it came to archers specifically, rangers and snipers both, people didn't play them like rangers or archers, you know what I mean? They played them like mages. They would run around using arrow rain and eruption and find areas where they can just spam that only. I think this change forces, you know, it's a hard shove from the dev. Like, you want to play like that, then we kind of have to, you know, we kind of have to take it upon our hands to change the class so you play it the way it's intended to. So now people are going to prioritize strafe more, not just on bosses, not only at bosses, but even at mobbing. Simply because everything else has a cooldown, and even the mobbing skill, like, it has a cooldown and it's gotten reduced from 6 mobs to 4. So go up here. 아직 클로즈 베타입니다. 네, 맞아요. 공수 풀전 별로. 이게 점프하면서 사용이 안 돼가지고 여기서 쓰면 그래도 멀리 나가려나? 확실히 도적의 풀전보단 안 좋은 것 같아요. 근데 그게 원래 그래야 되는 게 맞다고 생각하고. Did you like the third job changes? There will be balance after this beta, so formulas and damage should be a problem, but the gameplay looks good for me. I like it. So far, I've done the ranger. We're gonna try out the sniper now. We'll see. 스나이퍼 저격수 한번 해봅시다. 뭐야? 아, 1시간 뒤에. Oh my god, that's right. Shoot, does this mean I have to make a different character? 이게 1시간마다 직업을 바꿀 수 있어가지고 Oh no. 사람들이 왜 엘나스에 모여있냐. 지금 이 서버에서 3차가 나와가지고 여기서 진행하고 있거든요. It's account wide? Oh man, dude. What am I supposed to do for an hour now? Okay. I guess I'll actually go farm a little bit, maybe? 1시간마다 변경을 할 수 있다고 해가지고 바로는 못 보여드릴 것 같고 이제 1시간을 뭘로 채우냐가 질문인데 I guess I'll go farm. 파밍이나 해야 되겠네. 어쩔 수 없죠. 형님 한국에 사시나요? 아닙니다. 미국에 살고 있습니다. 여기 약간 GMS 서버 그런 건가요? 이게 북미에서 이제 출시할 메이플스토리 클래식 서버고요. 아직까지는 베타 테스팅 단계인데 이제 조만간 올해 말쯤에 나오지 않을까 생각하고 있습니다. Oh no. 이 파이널 어택이 I still can't tell if final attack is good for the bowman or not. 파이널 어택이 좋은지 안 좋은지는 모르겠는데 일단 이게 토글이라 가지고 버프가 되어 버려 가지고 버프식이라 이제는 내가 끄고 싶다 그러면 끌 수도 있거든요. 한국 언제 출시하냐? 한국에는 출시할지는 모르겠어요. 채널은 3개까지 있고요. 그래서 사람이 많아 보이는 거일 수도 있기는 한데 뭐 인기는 상당합니다. 미국에서도 많은 사람들이 즐겨하고 관심 갖고 하긴 있기는 한데 이게 클로즈 베타라서 초대 받은 사람이 이제 플레이 하려고 하는 사람들보다는 많이 적거든요, 수가. 그래서 채널이 3개라고 해도 여기 있는 사람들보다 아직 플레이를 못하고 있는 그냥 오로지 시청만 할 수 있는 사람들이 많아서 정식 출시했을 때는 더 많이 하지 않을까 생각합니다. 이것보다 훨씬 더 많이. 본섭이랑 배율 같나요? 본섭이랑 배율은 같은 것 같고요. 오히려 여기 서버가 더 어려운 것 같아요. 레벨업 하는 게 몬스터들이 체력도 많고 더 강력하게 때리는 것 같고, 그리고 이게 출시된다고 해도 메이플랜드 유저들이 빠진다 뭐 이런 위험이 전혀 없는 게 북미 서버에서 출시되는 거라 한국 사람들이 플레이하기에는 좀 껄끄러운 면이 없지 않아 있어가지고 핑도 높을 수 있고, 그리고 진입장벽도 높을 수 있거든요. OTP라든지 VPN 이런 게 필요할 수가 있어서 VPN은 무조건 필요할 것 같고, 그런 면으로 보면 이제 핑까지 고려하면서 그렇게 높은 진입장벽을 뚫고 플레이하려고 하는 사람들이 그렇게 많지 않을 것 같아요. 내가 볼 땐. 그래서 메이플랜드는 아예 이상이 없을 것 같다. Will my character be deleted after the closed beta? Yup. Yes, it will be deleted. Fire arrow does a lot of damage. So arrow rain hit twice? arrow rain이 이제 두 번을 때리네 적을. Arrow rain hits enemies twice now. That's crazy. 원래 레인저가 에로우 레인이 주력기죠. 스트레이트는 거의 보스에서만 뭐 파케할 때 보스 돌 때 그때만 쓰고, 주로 이제 에로우 레인을 많이 쓰죠. 근데 이제 우리 메렌의 환경을 생각해서 얘기를 해보자면, 레인저가 숲갈도 갔었고, 요즘은 인기 없는 사냥터이긴 하지만 켄타우로스도 많이 잡았었고. 근데 생각해보니까 에로우 레인을 빨코에서 한 7, 80대 그때쯤 쓰다가 이제 90대로 넘어오면 주로 스트레이트를 쓰기는 했는데, 그쵸? 근데 미국에는 그런 사냥 문화가 존재하지 않아서 사람들이 주로 편하게 다수기인 에로우 레인에 적합한 사냥터를 찾아서 돌아다녔거든요. 솔플 위주로 하기 때문에. 우리 한국 사람들이나 메이플랜드 이런 거 할 때 파티 사냥, 프리스트를 껴서 심절이라는 그 파티 사냥 구조로 파티를 돌리며 사냥을 하는데, 북미 사람들은 그러지 않단 말이죠. 솔플 위주로 하고, 이 메이플스토리 클래식이 나오기 전까지는 주로 이제 파밍, 솔플 이렇게 했는데, 보니까 이 클래식 서버의 운영진 팀이 파티 플레이를 같이 다른 사람과 즐길 수 있게끔 그런 걸 많이 강조하는 것 같고, 왜냐면 파티에 인원이 많으면 많을수록 경험치가 펌핑이 엄청 되기 때문에 솔프라는 게 그냥 뭐라고 해야 될까? 파티를 그냥 아무나 넣어가지고 한 맵에서 파티 사냥하는 게 그게 지금 대세거든요. 그게 메타예요, 메타. 그래서 솔프하게 되면 경험치 손실이 너무 커서 운영진이 이제 파티를, 그래 너희들 파티 해라. 심으로도 눈치를 못 챘냐? 왜 이렇게 눈치가 없냐? 프리스트 심이라는 홀리 심볼이라는 스킬을 줘서 파티를 맺고 파티를 사냥을 하라는 건데, 너희가 눈치 없이 솔플만 하니까 강제적으로 파티에 인원이 많으면 많을수록 경험치를 엄청 펌핑 시켜 주겠다 라는 패치를 내놔서 이제 파티 위주로 많이 하게 될 것 같아요, 여기도. 근데 이전에는 이제 사람들이 에로우 레인을 써가면서 다수기로 몹이 많은 곳에서 사냥을 했고, 그거를 어느 정도 그렇게 플레이하는 게 운영진 팀의 디자인과 비전이 아니었는데, 그걸 고치기 위해서 에로우 레인의 3초 딜레이, 그리고 약간 몸몰이식, 아니면 뭐 지나가다가 한 번씩 랩 낮은 사냥터에서 그냥 한 번씩 3초마다 한 번씩 쓸 수 있는 그런 스킬이 되어간 것 같아요. 어디 보자. 이거 3초 딜레이가 있으니까. 근데 여기는 안 나오네. 3초 딜레이가 있다고. Are you liking Ranger so far? I do. I like the Ranger. It doesn't say 3-second cooldown on this. 여기에서 쿨다운이라고 안 나와 있는데 그리고 이 불화살 스킬을 많이 쓰지 않을까. 이게 데미지가 엄청 잘 나옵니다. 불 속성의 약점을 가진 친구들을 사냥을 해보니까 방금 그 엘나스 옆 사냥터에서 데미지가 많이 나오고 좋은 것 같아요. 이거 다 이제 필요 없으니까 뭐 팔아버리고. 이게 어떤 것들은 그 크래프팅 시스템이 나와가지고, 크래프팅 시스템이 뭐냐, 재련이라든지 방직, 목수, 수목인가 목수인가, 너무 헷갈려요 이런 거. 크래프팅 시스템이 나왔는데 하여튼 영어로 이런 것들이, 그런 것들에 필요한 재료, 그러니까 기타템이 이제 크래프팅 시스템의 하나의 재료가 되어가지고 함부로 팔지를 못해요, 기타템을. 근데 뭐 이제 이 서버가 잠시 후 종료될 서버이니까 상관이 없으니까. 1시간 동안 뭐하지? 직업 변경을 1시간마다 한 번밖에 못 하거든요. I can only change my job once per hour, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do. 다른 사냥터? 아, 그래도 될 것 같은데 돈이 너무 모자라요. 돈이 너무 모자라. 근데 정말 처음 1일날 이 게임 테스트할 때가 참 재밌었던 것 같아요. 처음 1, 2일 이거 공숙 육성을 하는데 아이템들마다 스탯이 다르고 신선하고 사람들 다 이제 모여가지고 파티 사냥하고 참 재밌게 한 것 같습니다. 불화살이 사기야 여기가 지금. How long will the closed beta last? I think it closes this Wednesday on the 12th. My pet dead? Oh my, I have to go to Alinea. 여기서 뭐 파티 사냥도 못 하는데 이러면. 만화가 없어서. 슬로우는 슬로우 그래도 좀 많이 느리긴 하네. 슬로우가 들어오면 적이 꽤 많이 느려지네요. 한 50%? 어디있지? 아마존의 저지먼트. 이게 적의 이동 속도를 35 감소시킨다. 기본 어택은 파이널 어택 발동이 안 되고. 난 파이널 어택 좋은 것 같은데. I like final attack. Only 8 days left. Let's play when the full game comes out. I think it's not even 8 days. We have 2 days left. I think you can change jobs once per hour. Yeah, so I have to wait. I'm trying to figure out what I can do this time. All this leftover time. I keep forgetting I have wind step. 윈드 스텝을 가지고 있다는 걸 자꾸 깜빡하네. Oh my god. Hold on. Can you... 이게 지금 마스터 플래시 점프라고 하네요. 마스터 풀점. So that's the max range. 마스터 플래시 점프 한번 봅시다. 와, 저게 마스터 플래시 점프래. Wow, that got nerfed so bad, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny. Ah, hell no. Revert that. I feel like they should have kept that for hermits. 와, 저거는 진짜 허밋의 존재, 아이덴티티, 아이코닉한 스킬인데 3초의 쿨다운을 갖다 박으면서 그냥 사거리 너프를 확 시켜버렸네. 이건 좀 아닌 것 같은데, 내가 볼 때는 점프를 해서 사용을 할 수 있다고 해도, 점프를 해서 플래시 점프를 사용해서 더 많은 거리를 갈 수 있다고 해도 저는 It's something we'd have to get used to, I guess, and see how they 그냥 방귀 점프인데 플래시 점프가 아니라 방구 뿡인데. 플래시 점프, 와. 풀타임도 없애야 되고 사거리를 길게 늘려줘야 될 것 같은데, 내가 볼 때는 좀 기다렸다가 운영진에 만약에 큰 비전이 있다면 우리가 플레이어로서의 한번 기회는 줘보아도 되지 않을까. 무슨 비전이 있겠죠? 이렇게 한 이유가 있겠지? 그러니까 내가 볼 때는 공수들 플래시 점프가 지금 이 정도씩 이렇게 나가잖아요. 이것도 3초의 쿨이고, 오케이, 거기까진 좋아. 3초 쿨까지 좋고, 점프해서 이동기를 못 쓴다는 거에 이 제한적인 면이 좋거든요. 다른 직업에게도 이동기를 줌으로써 2026년도에 존재하는 MMORPG와 게임들과 잘 어우러지게끔, 너무 고인물 같은 게임 느낌이 안 나게끔 업데이트한 건 좋아요. 좋게 봐. 그 대신 이제 기존에 존재하던, 아무래도 옛날 메이플 스토리이기도 하고, 그리고 뭐 다른 직업들 다 봤을 때 그 직업의 개성, 그 직업의 디자인을 많이 살렸잖아요. 팔라딘만 봐도 그렇고, 모든 직업들 스킬들을 개편한 거지, 재구조하거나 다시 이제 바닥서부터 쫙 새로 짓지는 않고 이렇게 하지 않았다는 거죠. 그러니까 내 말은 기존에 존재하던 스킬들의 변경을 조금 주어가지고 개편을 시킨 느낌이 많이 나는데, 허밋은 플래시 점프가 이제 허밋의 아이코닉한, 거의 아이덴티티라고 봐도 무난할 정도의 그 스테이트먼트인데, 그 말인데, 플래시 점프도 지금 거의 방구 점프가 되어버렸고, 플래시 점프라고 좀 무난할 정도로, 거기다가 쿨다운도 위에 얹혀버려가지고 허밋을 정말 강하게 너프시킨 느낌이 와요. 엄청나게 강하게. 다른 스킬들을 봤을 때, 허밋이 가지고 있는 다른 스킬들을 쫙 읽어봤을 때도 그렇고, 지금 허밋을 플레이하는 사람들의 얘기를 들어봐도 그런데 어쌔신이 많이 너프된 것 같다. 그리고 밴딧 시프도 많이 상향을 먹었고, 어쌔신이 좀 너프를 많이 먹은 것 같은데, 이 플래시 점프가 쿨다운이 없고 기존에 존재하던 플래시 점프로 존재했으면 더 좋지 않았을까. 그러면 이제 다른 직업들에게 제한적인 이동기를 주며 다이내믹한 이 플레이 스타일을 시켜줄 수 있고, 조금 더 수동적인, 역동적인 플레이 스타일을 레인저하고 저격수가 필요하기는 했어요. 그리고 또 이제 전사들도 2차의 대쉬기, 이동기가 있으면서 모든 직업들에게 이동기를 주어서 2026년도에 나올 만한 게임이 고인물의 느낌은 나지만 너무 답답한 느낌은 해소하는 그런 좋은 패치, 그런 좋은 업데이트라고 생각했는데, 그게 이제 허밋은 가만히 뒀어야 되지 않았나. 왜냐면 이렇게 되면 허밋이 너무 뭔가, 물론 어쌔신이라는 직업이 표창을 던지는 직업이기도 하고 참 멋있잖아요. 표창 던지는 직업이기도 하고, 섀도우 파트너, 닌자 뭐 이런 느낌이 있어서 인기는 엄청 많을 것 같긴 하지만, 이렇게 되면은 약간 허밋, 어쌔신, 닌자만이 가지고 있는 그 플래시 점프, 민첩함, 날렵함, 이런 느낌이 좀 사라지지 않나, 허밋에게만 특별히 더. 왜냐면 시프를 하게 되면 어설터도 있고 플래시 점프도 있기 때문에 굉장히 날렵해집니다. 근데 허밋 같은 경우에는 이동하는 사거리라든지 점프를 해서 플래시 점프를 쓸 수 있다고 해도 이게 좀 많이 안습인 것 같아요. 안습인 것 같아. 같이 점프를 하면서 그 기존에 존재하던 이동 거리를 보충을 해주던가, 아니면 쿨다운을 없애던가, 좀 더 멀리 날아가게끔 해줬으면 좋지 않을까. We do another overview of third job in English. Appreciate your videos and contents. So I've been speaking both Korean and English during the stream while I'm going over the third job. I didn't plan on making a video. We'll see. Did you try Arrow Eruption? Is it really that bad? So Arrow Rain has a 3-second cooldown. I only put 1 point into it. Maybe we can see how much damage it does. I really like how Final Attack is triggered by everything now though. So here was the issue with Final Attack for those of you that don't know much about Final Attack and about old school MapleStory. Final Attack was a great skill, but only great skill in second job advancement. Because Final Attack would not trigger with Strafe, and it would not trigger with Arrow Rain. Two of your main abilities in third job advancement. So although I love the idea of Final Attack in games like this. It makes the experience of while you're playing the game more dynamic and fun. I love Final Attack, you know, and I think that's one thing that makes Bandits extremely dull and boring. Now that's not the case, but Bandits were very static, and there was a stable rhythm. They're like the bass, you know. When you use Savage Blow, there is no Final Attack. There is no weaving in of other attacks. It's literally like always Savage Blow in second job advancement for Bandits in OSMS, and that pattern gets dull quickly, right? You weren't weaving in Assaulter to kind of manipulate the in-game physics and like break the game here and there. That's fun. Weaving in Assaulter, Savage Blow, you can get by. But if you're literally spamming Savage Blow the entire time, all the way up to level 70, and I've done it in Mapleland, it's boring as hell. Other classes in second job advancement, you could say, well, Warrior's the same thing, Power Strike, Archers are the same thing, Double Shot, yeah, it's true, Arrow Bomb, but they had this skill called Final Attack that made each encounter, it made the experience more dynamic, and it was offbeat, and that's what kept it fun. It kept you on your toes a little bit. It kind of woke you up here and there. Because trust me, if you play Bandits at third job advancements to level 70 and you're literally just using Savage Blow the entire time, you're gonna fall asleep in 10 minutes. But the issue with Final Attack was that it would trigger on Double Shot and up to with Arrow Bomb too, but you get to third job and you learn Strafe and Arrow Rain and it would not trigger on those skills. And that has changed now, and Final Attack triggers on literally anything. Final Attack triggers on Strafe, triggers on Arrow Rain, we just saw that. And that's really cool, but how are they gonna make that work with Hurricane? And even now, I love Final Attack, and I say this as someone who likes the skill design of Final Attack. When Final Attack gets triggered during a strafe, I can see people just turning it off and not using it completely because the animation for Final Attack eats up time for you to use Strafe again. So for example, if you use Strafe, you're doing 100% damage 4 times, and it's concentrated on a single enemy, right? Compared to Final Attack, when it triggers, it's 90% each, and 90% is split. So you take that half a second or 1 second to do the animation for Final Attack, and a lot of people are going to come to the conclusion, oh well, Final Attack is pointless. Let's just turn off Final Attack because it eats up time for me doing more damage with Strafe. So I do have like some sort of a resolution for that. It's not the prettiest. And I'm not saying it has to be this way. I'm sure they're smarter than me and they can figure it out. There was a private server that would have Strafe just trigger without any animation. it would just kind of like summon and it would trigger on its own on the side. It looked extremely... It looked unpolished in that server from what I remember. But it is an idea that it doesn't eat up your animation time, or make the animation time really fast. Make your character do it not in half a second, but maybe 0.1 second. You know, shoot out final attack in like extra quick motion. That could be a solution. Although I love it, I think it looks so cool and crisp and clean. And personally, if you're not a efficient Andy, hyper efficient Andy and meta Andy, then you're not going to worry about it, and you're just going to enjoy the game. And that would probably be me. I would just keep it on because it's more fun. I prioritize fun over efficiency. I don't get out my calculator and break down the algorithm and do formulas. I like to enjoy the class for what it is, and I think the whole motion, the effect of final attack, is super crisp and satisfying. I mean, that is just... It is satisfying. It is nice. It has a nice touch. It's crisp, it's polished, and I love it. But for those that are efficient Andys, and I like to do algorithm, I like to do algebra, I like to do calculus on a game and break down everything, those people are not going to enjoy using final attack. That's going to be the difference, I think. So for the most part, I'd probably keep it on and use it. It's crisp. And what I'm really impressed is, I mean, this is for all MapleStory versions of the game. It's so sad, you know, it's so hard to capture this sensation, this feeling where you can feel the enemies getting hit. And I think it's mixture of good synchronization of audio and visuals. That has to be it. But a lot of games, like, it has to be that. It has to be that because I remember playing Final Fantasy 14 and I didn't have that feeling. I remember feeling like dull, heavy, like not even heavy, what's the word? Hollow, empty, like a paper almost. But in MapleStory, it's not that. Which class have you tried level 100 up till now? This is my first one, and I'm trying to try my next one. It's telling me I have to wait an hour. Let's see if it's been an hour. I don't think so. Can you explain final attack really quick? Final attack. It's like in general, in this version, final attack is... While the effect is active, so it's a toggle now, using attack skills has a chance to activate final attack. When there are targets within range, it deals heavy damage up to 3 enemies, and this skill splits. So it'll prioritize the enemy closest to you, but if it dies in one hit, the rest of the 2 arrows go to the enemy directly behind that enemy. Okay? Hopefully that painted a clear picture for you. This skill only activates when a bow is equipped, we get that. It has a 50% success rate. Final attack does 90% damage. And I think it's because it goes to 3 damage, because it's 3 arrows, I think each arrow does 30% of the damage. I think. Yeah, I think, yep, that's right. No. I think each arrow does 90% damage. Because I just saw the damage compared to strafe, and if it was 30%, it would have been way lower. So I think each arrow does 90%. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. I need to sell these. I need meso. Oh, they gave me stuff to use. See that? Okay, let's go sell these. 문우님 감사합니다. Is there a taxi that I can take? 여기 택시 없나? Is there no taxi here? Unk alert. Are you calling me an unk? Right though, I'm old now. 네, 본격적으로 좀 사냥 좀 해봐야 되겠다. 물약이 있는 걸 확인했으니까, 물약을 주는 걸 확인했으니까 사냥을 해봐야지. 오, I can use final attack in mid-turn. That's pretty cool. 여긴 페페가 있네. 이동기는 마스터입니다. 네, 마스터예요. 뭔 놈의 페페야? 오. 느낌이 좋은데? It feels really nice. Nice to play. Feels nice. It's been an hour? Okay, let's change classes. I should have been out here kind of trying, like seeing the, like actually playing the job, but I was worried that I would run out of potions to try the other jobs. Little did I know, I could have made money this entire time selling all my crap. Okay, let's see. Which one should I try? Should I try the sniper? I'm kind of skeptical if I want to try. I don't know. I'm unsure if I should try the warrior, another bowman class, or try a different one. I don't want to try a bandit. Bandits are gonna be pretty cool. Sniper? Alright, let's do it, Anthony. You know what? You're right. Let's move down the line. Keep it simple, you know what I mean? Try. Go here. Okay. Let's take a look at sniper. Max this. Max Eye of the Amazon. All the stuff we need to max. Crossbow mastery, of course. Amazon's judgment, I think we can forego for now. Need to do that really. Crossbow booster, yes. Iron arrow, we'll try out iron arrow. Third job. So this one has an evasive step. So we go backwards. We want to try this one. Evasion step. Evasion step이라는 스킬을 확인해보고 싶으니까 일단 이거 마스터하고 we're gonna master that. We want to check that out for sure. We want to check out Blizzard for sure. And then Arrow Eruption. Mortal Blow here. Arrow Eruption. Everything else pretty much the same. Whoops. Could have definitely done more for strafe, but it's okay, because only thing that's going to change is the damage. Puppet. Evasion step right there. Okay. So for evasion step, it actually flings you backwards. Interesting, right? It's a little bit more dynamic, a little different. And obviously, the sound effect of the crossbow is just extremely cooler. Oh, that was pretty cool. That was final attack motion. So if we look at our character, when we turn on final attack, he like, I guess, concentrates his energy. And he gets into a battle stance and it turns on final attack. Really cool. Ooh, I gotta get used to that. I gotta get used to evasion step going backwards, not forward. This. I don't want to go a little bit ahead. Get away from a lot of these. Like I want to go to an area where I can. It takes me. It does like I can't one-shot enemies. Blizzard just slows them now. Ooh, crossbow final attack is different. I forgot. I like this one a lot better. Ah, man, I don't know because the bow was cool too. It was very satisfying to shoot 3 arrows with final attack. But with crossbow, it's all concentrated. The damage is concentrated into a single arrow, and it feels heavy. Feels like impactful. Man, they did really good with class design, I will say. I am very impressed. Just from playing these two. I think they did a great job. Strafe always hit 4 enemies. So that... Oh, I guess you're right. It's only hitting 4. Good catch, man. It's hitting three lines at low level. In OSMS, it was always 4 lines. I will say this evasive step, if you're not locked in, it's so easy to fumble this and mess up. But it's really cool. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? You get to fade away as you shoot strafe. Fade away. It's so cool. And your range is so long. You know what I mean? Fade away. Ah, shoot. Your attack slow is pretty slow. So you have to spam it a little bit. Let's try Mortal Blow. I feel like pages are gonna be very fun too. 페이지가 정말 재밌을 것 같아요. 페이지, 나이트가. Let me try Arrow Eruption, 2k damage, and it's only doing 1 line. So the difference I see, difference between Rangers and Snipers is going to be snipers are more heavy hitters, but their damage is concentrated into a single blow. And it looks like Rangers, with a lot of their skills, the idea is for them to hit multiple targets very fast. They're like LMGs, and snipers are legit snipers. They're hitting heavy in the back. They're slower, they hit heavy, damage is concentrated, and archers feel like a machine gun. And I felt that, especially like even if I'm just using fire arrow, because final attack triggers and it shoots out three arrows. It's, I don't know, it's new, it's refreshing, and it's fun. You feel like a machine gun. You feel like a machine gun, for real, for real. I don't know how else to describe it. It's nice. 글 끌면 오픈하면 페이지 키우려고 한다. Yeah, and they used to be exactly the same, and honestly pretty boring, you know. Arrow Rain and Arrow Eruption was... I wasn't a fan. It made them feel like a mage, and now adding a cooldown, perfect, you know? So like in instances like this is where I would use Arrow Eruption, kind of run away, get my distance, and start kiting them back, I guess, you know? So there is still usage for Arrow Eruption and whatever. You just keep kiting them back like this. I can't tell which one I like more, wind step or evasion step. Whoa, okay. That was on me. I am messing up here. It's already confusing, so it's embarrassing, but I'm not as like quick on my feet as I used to be. So when I have more than 3 buttons to press and trying to manage, my mind will like just have an error 404 real quick. My brain will just kind of have an issue, and that was you witnessing me having an issue right there. I did not try to use evasive step. I clicked the wrong button because there's more. The kit invites you to play kind of more dynamic and more active instead of sitting stationary and using Arrow Rain and Arrow Eruption. You're gonna have hiccups, you know. I guess you could just kind of sit there and use strafe and look for areas to optimize your training. But let's say like this is one of the training grounds that people formed up. You know, you're going to want to dodge their attacks. And if you're having fun, you know, using evasive step and wind step to get out of the enemy, kind of mob them down, having fun with it, right? And a lot of buttons you could press. And in the midst of those button pressings, it happened the way I did, kind of run into an error 404. Did you try Chief Bandit? Not yet, man. Chief Bandit's still not in game. You gotta use Savage Blow till 120. Yeah, well, you have Assaulter. Chief Bandit BOT is a bit weird. They made it like Slash Blast, but slower. BOT. Oh, Band of Thieves. I've never been a fan of Band of Thieves anyway. It's essentially the same for Arrow Rain and Arrow Eruption. I think Chief Bandit, the way they can make Chief Bandits more unique and fun is to really revamp the Pickpocket and Meso Explosion. Right, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for what they did with Assaulter. I know even at level 1 it does huge damage. So using Assaulter with Flash Jump is going to be really fun. And then I'm also looking forward to see what they did with Pickpocket and Meso Explosion, because they changed it a lot. You find it crazy you are attacking a level 65 monster and then killing it in 2-3 hits with being level 100. Yeah, so these guys might not be level 65. I don't know what level they are. A lot of things have... Oh, I guess it says it right there. I'm kidding. It's kind of crazy. They did make the game a lot harder. And you can tell that from right away when a green snail, who originally had 8 HP, has like 45 HP in this server. A lot of things hit you harder. Oh. Dragon scales from Drakes sell for a decent amount. The gear is clean, the strafe is level 6. That's true, but they probably still would die in 2 hits. The strafe only goes up. Right now, I think strafe goes up to level, what? It goes up to 120%. What's that max? Let me see, actually. I think I can afford a SP reset. Here it is. I wonder if it's gonna reset everything. Maybe it will. Maybe that's okay. We'll go here. Let's put all points into strafe. See, it's still 100% 4 times. That's crazy. It literally at level 6 it was at 92% and it went to 94%. How? You're telling me in 25 levels it went up 6%? Oh, because it went to attack 4 times. Never mind, makes sense. And corrected. Blizzard, we're not gonna really mess with, I guess we have to. We're gonna try Arrow Eruption. Actually, let's summon an eagle. Arrow Eruption's kind of lame. Oh, never mind. I really messed up. Anyway, let's see how long it. Let's see if we can one-shot these guys with a clean level 70 weapon. Still can't one-shot them. See. Even, I mean, granted, we're using level 70 gear and everything's clean, and maybe we'll be able to one-shot him, but it might still come very close to not one-shotting them. 춘사님 안녕하세요. Hey man, you going for 200 when classic release? Oof, that's a real big commitment. Man, I'm just trying to have fun, man. Going for 200, that's, I don't think I can manage. I don't think I can tackle that, man. I feel like reaching 200 in this server is going to be harder than OSMS. See, Dan's like, LOL. Yeah, Dan knows, man. We can't, we too old for that. That's too much stress, and my body can't handle all that. That's labor. Probably not. I don't think I'll be going for 200. I do think I will be playing, for sure. I'll be playing. But I don't think I'll be going for like ranked, trying to stay in the top ranks or anything. I say this, but you know, we never know what could happen in the future. Maybe I get in the mood and I'm like, you know what, screw it. Let me try it. That's what I'm saying. We got kids. That's what I was about to say, man. We got kids, man. Like, I have a little boy that I have to attend to and pour into. Reaching 200 is a job. It's a job on top of a job. You have to get very lucky for item drop for meso. Grinding in the higher level mobs seems hard. Oh yeah. That's why I think elements are going to play a key role in where you end up going to train and farm. The game is really fun though. I will say, I'm having a lot of fun. I cannot change my job already. There's no way it's been an hour. Yeah, it hasn't been an hour, man. It's been like 30 minutes. Is it Global MapleStory Classic? Yes. Yeah, but I'm not a ranger anymore. I'm a sniper. I changed from ranger to sniper about 20 minutes ago or so. 여기는 메이플랜드랑 스킬이 많이 달라요. You're fine, Dong. You're good, bro. 메이플랜드랑은 스킬이 많이 다릅니다. 여기는 글로벌 서버인데 스킬이 많이 개편되어 있는 상태거든요. 아직 정식 출시는 안 해서 뭐가 바뀌어서 출시될지는 모르지만 현재까지는 다르다. Let's try going to a harder area. Let's try going to like kill lichens or whatever. Something harder than this. Look how cool that is. Oh no! Ah, damn. 호빵이요? 생각을 못했네요. 그럼 뭐 이제 저격수도 마찬가지로 스트레이프 써가면서 파이널 어택이랑 스트레이프를 줄였기로 파이널 어택 스트레이프 그리고 이제 궁수만 가지고 궁수들한테도 생긴 이동기 이베이전 스텝을 쓰면서 이렇게 사냥을 하는 것 같아요. 그리고 속성에 맞는 곳에서 사냥하게 된다면 블리자드 아이스샷이랑 같이 섞어가면서 So for snipers, it looks pretty simple. I mean, we keep the buffs up, we keep final attack up, because it's a single concentrated damage. I think in concept, and when you are trying to be an efficient Andy, sniper's final attack is a little better, in my opinion, than the rangers. I like the concentrated damage, but then again, it's really a really minor difference and minor in detail. For fun-wise, Rangers are definitely more fun. Efficiency and just... I think they're both fun in their own way. But the Rangers' high speed, final attack doing 3 shots, and then... that feeling of feeling an LMG was kind of really refreshing for me. And snipers feel the same as always. They feel heavy, they feel hard-hitting, and they really emphasize that feeling by giving them a higher damage, concentrated, single target, hard-hitting blow of final attack. But this is kind of how it is. They keep their buffs up, use strafe, proc final attack, and kind of grind them down. And when you have enough mobs in front of you, let's say there's a lot of monsters that regen, then you use Iron Arrow, which pierces enemies, and you use... I can't really think of an instance where you would use Arrow Eruption. Maybe you will. But I don't... Because Arrow Eruption, it kind of does a radius around you, like a circle radius. That's like the... that's where the enemies get hit, the hitbox. Whereas if I use Blizzard, I can just do... It's like an arrow bomb mechanic. I can mob enemies from a distance. I don't necessarily have to go up to mob with Arrow Eruption. I think Arrow Eruption, if enemies are directly above you or below you, if there's instances that are like that, or you just want to trigger it for the hell of it while you're running around, you know, that's another good time to use Arrow Eruption. I think Arrow Eruption is going to be extremely underwhelming, and it might get... Points are not going to really get put into Arrow Eruption. Strafe, Blizzard, right? It's called Blizzard. Strafe, Blizzard, Golden Eagle, obviously. An Evasion Step is looking like, for me, I think that's going to be the meta. Go up a little bit more and see what we can find. Expos have more attack than bows. Rangers are fast too. Correct. So we're gonna choose a class without knowing how it's really going to be at third job. Third job is only draft version. We would not release third job at launch and they could have significant changes. Oh, really? He said that. Imagine level up to 70, know your class is really bad or you don't like it. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. We'll see. Hopefully they give us a more concrete answer when the game actually comes out. Low. So it looks like these guys don't freeze or get slowed from the blizzard itself. They just get slowed from Amazon's judgment. You just know Chief Bandit is not it. You rather pick a Hermit. Why is that? Why don't you like the Chief Bandit? Don't you go to the lava cave to hunt? Yeah, that's probably a better place. Try there. Yeah, I'll do more damage there. Rangers going forward feel a little bit bad for me. Both of them should go back, like kiting, making space, and not going into the mobs. Yeah, I definitely do agree, but you can always, like, you know, turn your character. I do think evasion step and the idea fits more, like the evasive step of tumbling backwards away from the mob. It's more of definitely is more fitting for sure. I agree with you 100%. Where's everybody at? Where are people grinding? I mean, people just chilling. Ooh, look at this. We got some werewolves here. Look at that bad boy. I freeze him? This guy hurt. Okay, there we go. There we get to see a little bit of the freeze animation. They get slowed as they're coming. They just get grinded down. Mowed down. Strafe does a lot of damage. Fireboy, fire car boy. Thanks, man. Appreciate you for the jewels. Does sniper seem better than ranger to you at first glance? Okay. I know this is gonna sound like contradictory to my stance, but I think rangers are more fun. Okay, so more fun doesn't always mean better though. I think snipers are it's tough, man, because look, here's what I'm thinking. Snipers with Blizzard slows enemy. And I've been kind of looking that it says anything about, like, does it override Amazon's judgment? There's a lot of slow, basically. There's slow with Blizzard, and there's a slow with Amazon's judgment. You don't need all this slow. Does it stack? If it stacks, that's a different story, because I can think of instances where mobs are super fast that even with Amazon's judgment, they might be moving a little fast, but using Blizzard, it might slow them down to a crawling speed. But if you look at Rangers uses Flame Arrow, Fire Arrow, which puts a damage over time. So when you use Fire Arrow and you put a damage over time and your final attack is splitting into 3 different arrows and you're attacking fast, you really feel like an LMG. It feels really good. You feel like a ninja blender and just you grind down mobs, whereas the sniper doesn't really have that feeling, and in the fun metric, I think Rangers feel more fun for me personally. Now, when it comes to final attack, I think the single concentrated damage of the crossbow is better instead of it splitting. In terms of just efficiency, in terms of just when you look at numbers and you have to compare, I think this does more for you, especially at bosses and stuff like that. I think this does more for you than shooting 3 arrows. But then again, maybe the animation time, the wind-up animation and the post animation of final attack for both and crossbow are, if they're the same, then theoretically the bow does more damage because it shoots 3 arrows of 90%. 9 times 3 is 27. So final attack for bow does 270%. So at bosses, theoretically, bow does more. But you would think because it shoots 3 arrows, it would take more time. But then crossbow is just slow. So crossbow, to shoot 1 arrow, the bow could already shoot 3. And when I try out the final attack animation and stuff, let's see if I can find something to hit here. It's very slow. The final attack trigger is extremely slow. Let me see. Look how long that takes, right? So I think the bow and the crossbow take equal amount of time to trigger final attack. So when you consider that, now the bow's final attack seems like it's better, especially if you're bossing, and even in grinding scenarios, if you put down damage over time with Fire Arrow, not only are you doing more damage, but you got AoE damage of Fire Arrow, and now you got an AoE damage with final attack. And that more damage is probably better on bosses too, because you can put a dot damage and final attack on a single target enemy of 270% if each arrow hit the boss is better. So I'm really trying to run defense for snipers here, but I don't see in any scenario where snipers are better. I think Rangers are better, and Rangers are more fun too. I would have never said that in my 20 years of playing MapleStory, I've always ran defense for snipers. I've always said crossbow is better. Hence why I was wielding a crossbow on this character. But I think with these new changes, not only efficient wise, but even in the fun realm, in the fun sector, obviously we don't know 4th job advancement yet. But even in the fun section of just enjoying which class is more fun, I think Ranger was more fun to play. It hurts me to say that, but I've tried both classes and I think Ranger was a bit more fun. Seeing a lot of damage with damage over time and then feeling like a ninja blender was extremely satisfying because you're fast. You're also hitting the mobs a lot quicker and faster. And they were falling, man. And it could very well be that the fire arrow was extremely OP because we are in an area where the enemies have fire weakness. So let me try going to the fire cave lava. What's with the Ranger slander? They finally got something good. More arrows with more crits. That's another thing too. Yeah, when you shoot more arrows in a short amount of time, they could also crit. Oh, yeah, that's a big one, right? Yeah, here it is. Like, I think Rangers are just going to be stronger and more fun, which we'll see. We'll see how it is with crossbows in the 4th job advancement, but so far I'm leaning towards Team Ranger. 맵이 아마 자쿰까지 나오지 않았을까요? 자쿰까지? I wonder how I can test the slow. Let's see. If I crit. You crit. Let's see if I can crit and slow them. We're gonna test to see if Amazon's Judgment and Blizzard Arrow stack. So I critted there. That's how slow he is, just with Amazon's Judgment. Okay. After this guy kind of goes, or is he gonna stay here? So let's try using Blizzard. Okay, after this guy, go to the next map. Yeah. He does, okay, so it does stack. It looks like it does stack. Amazon's Judgment and Blizzard Arrow does stack. Does it? Can't tell actually. It's really hard to tell. Hold on. Test Bandits next. We'll see, man. We'll see what's up next. We're kind of going down the line. Okay. It does not stack. So the slow doesn't stack. Okay, so my theory is correct. Here's why snipers are kind of disappointing. Amazon's Judgment's slow and Blizzard slow does not stack. So Blizzard is essentially useless because it's... Why would you ever use Blizzard? Unless you, I guess for mobbing purposes, but at that point, isn't Fire Arrow 10 times better? Because Blizzard essentially doesn't have a passive. Amazon's Judgment slows the mobs anyway when you crit. Interesting. 레벨업이 다른 서버보다 빠른 게 아니라 오늘서부터 레벨 100을 체험을 할 수 있게끔 열어놨습니다. 모든 직업을 이 클로즈 베타가 종료되기 전에 이틀 동안 100레벨을 이 펌핑을 올려줘가지고 다른 직업들 다 체험해볼 수 있게끔 해놓은 상태라 제가 올린 건 아니에요. Ooh, look at that gold teeth. Oh, did he take my gold teeth? I got it. 오, 금리 잘 나오는데? Actually drops really well. Thought it'd be a rare drop. Wait, this range is actually insane. It's bigger than what I'm used to for sure. So Blizzard Arrow no longer freezes. Really underwhelming, I will say. 정배율입니다. 정배율. 정배율이라고 하기에도 그런 게 몬스터들이 경험치도 이제 다양하게 많이 변경돼서 주는 것 같고, 하여튼 게임이 정배율이 옛날 메이플 스토리를 구현한 서버가 아니라 재구성한 개편을 많이 한 후에 출시하는 거라 정배율이라고 해도 아직 모르거든요. 그게 무슨 뜻인지 이 게임에서는 좀 두고 봐야 알 수 있을 것 같아요. Use Ice Arrow here. Kind of underwhelming, right? I mean, how many points did we put into Blizzard? 30 points. I feel like Fire Arrow was doing like 5k. Why is this doing so little damage? I mean, these guys are a little higher in level. 3k, not bad, I guess. You remember if final attack of ranger have crit chance per hit, or is it crit chance for the entire? So it's crit chance per hit, I believe. That's how it's always been. And I don't think that has changed. I'm pretty sure I've seen crit at least like ranger's final attack hits mobs 3 times. And I believe I've seen at least in a single final attack, I've seen 2 lines with crits. So each line has a chance to crit. I think that's how the formula works. Oof, these are a little tight, man. See, here's another thing with final attack. Even as I'm mobbing here, when final attack triggers, there's a huge damage loss. So if people want to be efficient, it actually makes more sense to turn off final attack and just spam Blizzard. I was looking at it, I'm like, there's no way this is a bug because I'm spamming Blizzard, but it's not. There's like a delay. And what I caught was like in between the animations, I couldn't see, but I'm triggering final attack. So it would do Blizzard, final attack, which takes about a second. Blizzard, final attack, Blizzard, final attack, Blizzard. So it's like the rhythm is dynamic and it's not like static, which can be boring. Dynamic is good. But a lot of people are just going to forego it because it does more damage to just keep it off and spam Blizzard like this. It does way more damage like this. You know what I mean? You can already see the difference. I'm freezing them and slowing them, knocking them back a lot more. They're getting slowed indefinitely. And if I turn on final attack here, watch what happens. It's not like constant. You can see there's a little buffer, there's a delay. It's dynamic, it's not rhythmic, which is cool, but if you're looking to maximize damage, because final attack, especially in areas like this, if Blizzard says it does 190%, but you gotta take into consideration these guys have weaknesses to ice, right? So this is actually doing a lot more than 190% to 4 enemies. And final attack only does 250 to a single enemy. And something tells me that Blizzard, when you use it to these ice weakness monsters, is doing more than 250% per hit. I believe it's a 50% increase, so it's something like almost 190 plus 90. 95 is 285% compared to final attack's 250. It makes more sense. And you know, I can already see where MapleStory Classic is headed. They're going to prioritize and emphasize the elemental advantages per class. You know, especially the archer class with snipers looking for ice weakness monsters, ranger looking for fire weakness monsters. And then you have the white knights doing the same thing, the magicians doing the same thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's going to become more apparent as 4th job comes out. And in scenarios like this, archers, it makes sense to keep final attack on. I think, because the damage splits. But with snipers, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to keep the final attack on in the midst of you spamming Blizzard. But again, if you're being hyper efficient, that's the conclusion you'd probably come up with yourself. But if you're just looking to have fun, final attack is very fun. It is very dynamic. The flow of the gameplay, the grind is not on the same beat. The tempo changes up on you, which is a nice, kind of keeps you awake and not fall asleep on the keyboard. 경험치가 너무 안 오른다. 그쵸? 얘네들이 레벨 낮은 거이기도 하고, 레시가 얼마 주지? 레시가 경험치 굉장히 적게 주는 걸로 알고 있는데, 레시도 75대 몬스터인데 400 정도밖에 안 주거든요. So final attack of ranger might be better than sniper because I have plus chance to apply crit. Yes, Cerebes are not weak. Oh, really? These guys are not... Oh, I did not know that. These guys are not weak to fire or ice? Let me try. Oh, I need to go like here. Ooh. Oh my god. Ooh, these guys are gonna hurt. So these guys are supposed to be weak to ice. Okay, we're doing some 4K damage. Good amounts of damage there. These guys hurt though. Thoughts on Ice Lightning, and do you think Ice Lightning will be good for bossing? I have not tried the Ice Lightning Mage yet. But based on their skill changes and review of the skill changes, I think they are probably the least affected, I would say. Didn't see much, like too much of a big difference from them. Ooh, shoot. Fell off there. Between crossbow and bowman, which do you think is better from testing? I see I'm getting a lot of questions, like same questions from people that are coming. So, I think Rangers are a bit better. Is this pre-Big Bang Simulator or the actual game? This is the actual game, but it's a closed beta right now, so it's not released yet. They're doing a beta testing, and I'm kind of testing the game out. It's like the vertical range of arrow is way bigger than before. Vertical range like left and right, like this way. Or vertical, this way, sorry, the y-axis. For me personally, I think it's the same. I think it's the same as old school MapleStory. I haven't felt like there's a huge amount of difference from this and Mapleland, or from how I remember MapleStory was from 20 years ago. The in-game engine and the game physics is really similar. They did a really good job. Whether they pulled it from their old data center, the in-game physics and the game engine and all that, or they made a new one and try to mimic the old one. If that's the case, they did a really good job mimicking it, because it feels very smooth and very similar to how it was back in the day. Yo. Can I switch now? I think I can switch now. Let's go try switching jobs. So that was the sniper. That was all the archer classes. Which one should we try now? 궁수가 공중제비를 돈다. 백덤블링을 하죠. Do we try? Oh, I can't change yet. When did I change? It should be soon. I have 3 more minutes? Okay. Okay, we're gonna leave here. Too loud in there. 메이플스토리 글로벌 메이플스토리 클래식 서버입니다. 잠시만요. Okay. Let's try the Chief Bandit. Chief Bandit. I changed at 130. Oof, here we go. Chief Bandit. This is gonna be fun. So let's kind of find an area where too many things going on. 여긴 너무 정신없으니까 여기서 말고 좀 조용한 데서 스킬을 찍어 봅시다. Okay, how about right here? Is there a calmer place? Look, I need a place of serenity. I need a place where there's not a lot of movement. I need to isolate myself to focus. And it's just more peaceful. Okay, we'll do it right here next to the Grandpa Gordon. Looks like not a lot of people are coming out this far. Okay. Take a look. Before we do that, let's put our stats into... Let's allocate our points, stat points. Looks like we need to have at least 65 dex to wear this level 70 dagger. Oh, we've been kind of foregoing the items. 아이템에 달려있는 효과를 아예 생각을 안 하고 있었네요. 보면은 귀걸이를 보면 귀걸이에 크리티컬 데미지가 붙은 걸 볼 수 있고, 그리고 장갑에도 크리티컬 레이팅, 크리티컬 레이트, 크리티컬 확률이라고 보시면 되는데, 저게 장갑에도 이렇게 달려서 오네요. C1. Oh shoot. 그래서 장갑도 껴주고, 그리고 신발도 회피율이 달려있고, 점프도 달려있네. 점프력도. We have jump and evasion on shoes, and looks like bottom and top are pretty much the same. So is the hat. 상의 하의 모자는 다 똑같은 것 같고, 무기도 보면은 무기도 크게 다른 건 없는 것 같고. Okay, so this is what we look like at level 70. This is what we would look like at level 70 bandit. Obviously we would have a cooler shield. Panlet is okay, but you know, it's not the main shield for bandits. 이 냄비 뚜껑은 도적이 주로 끼는 방패는 아니지만 여기 서버에 있는 최강의 방패 있는 것 같아요. 그리고 물리 방어력을 봐도 물리 방어력이 굉장히 높거든요. 이게 레벨 10 아이템인데 물리 방어력이 45야. It gives 45 weapon defense as a level 10 item, which is pretty insane. Okay, let's look at the skills now. 스킬들 한번 봅시다. Obviously we want nimble body, right? Because we want evasion for bandits. Let's put some points into evasion. Keen eyes we don't need. It's for assassins who throw ninja stars. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 points into disorder and max out dark sight. Dark sight is extremely important for bandits. If the class design stays relatively similar and true, it is a combo attack for your 4th job skill, Assassinate. You need to trigger Dark Sight. You have to trigger, in order to maximize Assassinate, you have to use Dark Sight and use it. Now, I don't know how they will release it in this server, but Dark Sight is just overall very important for thieves. 다크사이트는 중요하니까 마스터 찍어주고, 그 다음은 뭐 더블 스텝 찍으면 되겠죠? 더블 스텝. We'll put 20 points to double stab, and I guess we'll just finish off with what should we do? Keen eyes. We'll do disorder. That's fine. Put disorder here. do it this way. Now, second job advancement. Dagger Mastery. Dagger Mastery gives critical rate +1 and it gives you a knockback ignore. So if we put Master into this, 20% chance to ignore knockbacks and 20% crit rate. So with that, now we have a almost 30% chance of crit rate. 단검 마스터리를 마스터하면은 크리티컬 확률 20%와 20%의 확률로 스탠스 효과가 발동한다고 하네요. 님블 리커버리, 이것도 새거. This is new. Recovers HP and MP when you're evading, and it has a 30-second cooldown. So let's master this as well. Ooh, what changed? Nimble recovery with a 20% chance when evading. So did the percent of chance, did the trigger percent go up? Is that what happened? I should have paid attention. But at max level, it recovers 10%. I saw it as 1%. It recovers 10% of HP and MP with a 100% chance evading. 이것도 이제 시프에게 나온 새로운 스킬인데, 시프에게 나온 새로운 스킬, 님블 리커버리, 님블 회복력. 마스터 레벨 시 회피를 하면은 최대 HP의 10%, 최대 MP의 10%를 회복한다고 합니다. 100% 확률로 회피 시 30초의 쿨다운을 가지고 있고 패시브 스킬인 것 같아요. 패시브 스킬. Dagger booster, the same. Haste, the same. This gives you more mobility. And then we have steal. Steal got an update, right? Attempts to steal an item up to 2 monsters at once with a given success rate. On a successful steal, stuns the enemy. Increase attack power for 30 seconds. Only works once per monster and it can be attempted until successful. Once per monster. So at boss, you can only use it once. How does that work? Okay, so we'll see. We'll slowly start putting points into it. See what it does. I don't think the skill description necessarily needs to say... I don't think the skill description needs to tell us it... Oh, I see, it doesn't. Okay, for 30 seconds, got it. I thought it was telling us it raises our attack for 30 seconds. See, when we master it, it's at 180 damage, 2 monsters, 35 attack power. So this is kind of like your weave-in skill that you're gonna use with Savage Blow. You use this every time your attack power goes down, or if you want to mob enemies, kind of use this in, and you weave it in with Savage Blow. It's I think that's how it's going to be. Hold on, I want to master Savage Blow. Go back. Gotta make sure that we do this correctly. Real quick, do this. And 5 on haste. A master steel. Ooh, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be very tight. We'll do it like this. Now here's where it's gonna be interesting for bandits. What skill will you forego? What skill are you going to give up? Are you going to basically throw away to, you know, because you're not going to have enough skill points to master all these skills, which are all extremely important. I mean, I can see myself putting 11 points into Dagger Booster and keeping Nimble Recovery at 10. Maybe you can divide it that way, because Dagger Mastery you have to level up. Haste you have to master. Steal, maybe you could give up Steal. Maybe there's like a, because this has, you have to dump 30 points into it, maybe at 0.25 it already gives you max attack power of 35 attack power. So you can maybe forego some points there and dump it into other essential skills. Savage Blow is, you know, I don't see anyone foregoing Savage Blow, because you're gonna go into third job and use it, even in here. You know what I mean? So Savage Blow has to be, it's a core skill that Chief Bandits have. So we can't forego this one. Steal, Haste, Dark Sight. I'm gonna put Dark Sight up. Well, let me see. Let me see the flash jump real quick. Wait, what? Read this real quick. It says at least 5 level on Avenger. We don't have Avenger. Are you going into Bandit once the game launches? Probably not. I don't think so. 어벤져에 5레벨을 주라고 하는데 어벤져는 없거든요. 어설터인가 혹시? Maybe it's saying 5 points into Assaulter. There it is. There we go. It needs to be changed to Assaulter. Well, let's see. Let's put some points into Flash Jump and see how this works. Can I? 플래시 점프를 써보자면 이게 다입니다. This is the flash jump. 3초 cooldown에 there's a 3-second cooldown, and this is what flash jump is now. Underwhelming? Yes. If they haven't made any change to Assaulter, Chief Bandits are going to be king of mobility. I mean, I'm about to just show you some cool in-game physics that most people already know. If you play the game, you know, just even a little bit, you can really manipulate in-game physics with Assaulter and take shortcuts, essentially. 여기서 이제 이게 허밋도 플래시 점프랑 허밋과 동일한 플래시 점프를 가지고 있는 거거든요, 이 시프 마스터가. 그러니까 이게 플래시 점프가 허밋이던 시프 마스터랑 똑같으니까 허밋도 이 정도밖에 기동력이 없다는 소리예요. 만약 이게 이렇게 출시된다면 이제 시프 마스터가 이 이동력의 킹왕 짱이 되겠죠. 왜냐면 이거랑 이제 같이 어설터를 넣어가면서 이동할 수 있으니까 이게 얼마나 사기냐면 어설터와 이 플래시 점프와 어설터를 섞어가면서 하면 어설터, I think Assaulter got a buff. 방금 후딜이 좀 적었던 것 같은데. 여기 사람이 너무 많다. Too many people here. 후딜이, I think they removed the delay. 후딜이 사라진 것 같은데, Assaulter? 아닌가? 후딜이 좀 사라진 것 같은데. 어설터의 후딜이. Dude, how did you get into Maple Classic? I can't find any mails after the start. 잠깐만요. 조금 시험을 해봐야 될 것 같아. 후딜이 와, 이래요. 속도가 보셨죠 방금? 다시 한번 보여드릴게요. 와, 개사기 됐는데? 이게 지금 어설터가 그리고 1렙부터 근데 좀 뭔가 이상하네. 제자리에서 어설터를 쓰네. 근데 보시면 아시겠지만 레벨 5에 벌써 퍼센댐이 거의 500%예요. 퍼센테지 데미지가. So this is what really shocked me. There's no delay with Assaulter. In old school MapleStory, when you use Assaulter, you couldn't use it this fast. But it looks like you can pretty much spam it now. Right? You can spam this now. And the restriction on movement, there is none. There is no restriction on the movement. 이러면 세비지 블로우 덜 찍어도 되겠냐? 근데 중요한 게 뭐냐? 여기서 이제 우리가 좀 더 짚어보겠는데 세비지 블로우의 중요성을 제가 알려드릴게요. 왜 세비지 블로우를 무조건 찍어야 하는지. 와, 근데 이거 어설터는 조작감이 미치긴 했다 진짜. 미치긴 했네 조작감이. 여기서 이제 어설터를 마스터 한번 해볼게요. 데미지가 얼마나 나오는지. 데미지가 그렇게 큰 차이가 날 것 같지는 않아요. 내가 볼 땐 큰 차이가 날 것 같지는 않고, 왜냐면 레벨 1부터 엄청난 데미지를 주기 때문에 어설터가. 세비지 블로우 데미지 얼마 나오는지 보자. 한 600, 500 사이에서 6번 때리는 것 같은데, 한 이제 평균 데미지 600이라고 가정했을 때 600에서 지금 6방 때리는 거죠. 66에 3600 정도, 3600에서 한 4000 정도, 낮으면 3200 이렇게 뜨는 것 같은데, 세비지 블로우가. 어설터는 그에 비해 이제 3500 스턴 넣는 데는 참 좋거든요. 왜냐면 이 세비지 블로우가 크리티컬 떠질 확률이 더 크고, 한 방당 크리티컬 확률에 적용이 되니까. 여기 보면 크리티컬 확률이 30%예요. 그래서 이 세비지 블로우가 한 방당 30%의 크리티컬 터질 확률이 있다 보니까 일단 데미지 고점은 세비지 블로우가 더 높습니다. 어설터보다. 그리고 또 이 어설터는 약간 스턴을 넣고 몬스터를 이렇게 잡아라 라고 넣어놓은 것 같고, 어디 스틸 한번 써볼까? 스틸 쓰면 여기 오른쪽 위에 보이시죠? 버프가 들어가는데 공격이 올라갑니다. 스탯 공격력 35나 올라가요. 스공 35. 그래서 스틸을 빼면 취소가 안되나 이거? 아, 여기는 취소가 안되네. 지금은 이 정도 나오는데, 크리 한번 떠봐. 크리 뜨면 한 5000 정도 뜨고. 많이 뜨네 데미지. 어디? 여기서 어설터? 조작법이 약간 달라진 것 같기도 하고. 이게 플래시 점프 어설터가 되냐 안 되냐, 그게 참 중요할 것 같은데, 플래시 점프 이후에 어설터를 바로 쓸 수 있으면은 정말 엄청나게 사기인 기동력이 될 뻔했는데, 플래시 점프 이후에 어설터는 안 나가는 것 같아요. 그러니까 이게 평지에 발을 닿아야 어설터가 나가는 것 같습니다. 그러면 이거는 또 패치됐나 한번 볼까? 플래시 점프가 아닌 그냥 점프하면서 어설터 쓰는 거. 이것도 패치해버렸네. 아, 이건 좀 아쉽다. 무조건 발이 토지에, 평지에 닿고 있어야만 어설터가 나가는 것 같아요 지금. 왜냐면 이렇게 점프하면서 어설터를 쓸 수 있는 게 옛날 메이플 스토리고 메이플랜드인데, 이 공중에서도 어설터가 발동이 되는. 근데 여기는 그게 없고 무조건 발이 땅에 다 있어야만 나가는 것 같아요. 이러면은 좀 답답함이 있기는 하네. 이게 좀 답답함이 있기는 해. So in old school MapleStory, you were able to use Assaulter in mid-air. So the biggest thing for me was, what is going to make Chief Bandits extremely fun to play, but honestly OP in terms of mobility? Maybe not damage, but in terms of mobility. If they allowed flash jump Assaulter, so that one only worked because I landed here, but if I could do flash jump Assaulter in midair, I mean, you're opening a realm of, like, I mean, excuse me. You're opening a world of playing essentially a whole different game. Basically, the fun meter shoots up through the roof if that amount of mobility was available for Chief Bandits. But it seems like they not only did they not allow that to happen, so flash jump Assaulter, you can't do it. You can't even jump in Assaulter. So in old school MapleStory and in Mapleland, you can use Assaulter in midair. So you can jump and use Assaulter to reach a monster that's higher vertically in the y-axis. So things you could do that made the Chief Bandit unique and fun was other classes would have to climb the rope all the way, or they can jump right around here to get to the platform. But with Chief Bandits, you could jump a little early and use Assaulter. It's like using the enemy to get to the next platform faster. It's the only unique thing that Chief Bandits had going. The mechanics and the physics of Assaulter made the game that much more fun and unique to its class. They took that away. So not only can you not do flash jump Assaulter, you can't even do jump Assaulter anymore. So coming from Mapleland, where you can do that, and being used to a Chief Bandit that had the ability and the flexibility to do all that stuff, and now being way limited. I mean, yeah, you gave me flash jump, but I'd rather have my jump Assaulter back than this 3-second cooldown flash jump. That's underwhelming. You know what I mean? I don't care to have this. I mean, it's nice to have, but I want my ability to jump and use Assaulter. Aside from that, I mean, the cooldown on Assaulter has been reduced significantly, so you can spam it now, although it is a little wonky. Assaulter is supposed to, look at this. You're not supposed to use Assaulter in one place, but there's a slight bug. So sometimes you stay in one place as Assaulter goes off, and it shouldn't be like that. If the mob is here, you should be using Assaulter from here to here, going back and forth, continuously stunning the enemy and not getting hit. But we're not seeing that here. We're not seeing that here with Assaulter. And kind of like, what is that? What just happened there? That's a bug right there. So Assaulter seems extremely wonky. Assaulter seems wonky. They need to revert. So I think with the Thieves, you know, Rangers were perfect. I think they did really great with Rangers. But with Thieves, they need to revert, in my opinion, as someone who played this game for a long time, I think they need to give Hermits their identity back with their flash jump. Let them have flash jump. Let them have flash jump. They already got their meso up removed. A lot of their things got nerfed. They have less range than Rangers. Give them their iconic skill of flash jump. That's what makes Hermits Hermits. Let them have their flash jump with no cooldowns, and give Bandits this reduced 3-second flash jump, but allow us to combo it with Assaulter. That opens up a whole new realm of playstyle for Chief Bandits. And that's what's going to make it fun. I think I really believe them limiting Assaulter like this is not the right move. I want us, Chief Bandits are supposed to be dynamic, they're supposed to be nimble and fast, and not being limited like this. Very disappointed with the Assaulter changes. Although, you know, yeah, you gave us a less delay post skill, but it's wonky too. Why am I Assaulter Why am I using the skill into the mobs? It shouldn't be like that. I should be going through the mob and be ending up on the other side of the mob. That's how it works in OSMS. That's how it works in Maple Land. It works with the concept. Assaulter, just think about what the skill is. You're going through the mob. You're slicing them real quick, ending up on the other side of the mob. It's like a finisher move in an anime or on a fighting game like Tekken or something. I don't know. You know, you go through, you stun, you're nimble, you're fast. You're not supposed to run into the enemy and stay in that spot. Like, a lot of things, a lot of issues with Assaulter. I think it's the first time I've seen the game buggy like this. They need to work on this. They need to work on Assaulter. Everything else felt okay, but Assaulter clearly needs a little bit of a love touch and attention. Do you use double stab to finish off mobs? Rarely. Let's kind of look more at the pickpocket and meso explosion. This is another change that they made, which is extremely interesting. It looks like I won't have enough points to put into pickpocket and meso explosion. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna purchase another SP reset, and we're going to reset the skill and mess with meso explosion. Go ahead and reset. We're not going to level dark side. We'll just go with this order. This order, extremely underwhelming, but we're still going to put it in here. Get this dark side, sure. Go to nimble, blow, aggro mastery, haste, steal, and these two are going to get split. We'll do 10 here and 11 here. There we go. Okay, now let's look at pickpocket and meso explosion and see what these skills do. So pickpocket now has a max meso that can exist, not dropped, but exist. OSMS and just in old school MapleStory and Maple Land, there could be indefinite amount of mesos that drop from this skill. But limiting to 10 mesos, we got to see how it works off of meso explosion. I think that's what's going to be important. So I believe at max level it goes up to 15. So it says 60% chance to drop mesos upon attacking. Max 15 mesos can exist. And it's a 60% chance, meaning if I use Savage Blow and I'm hitting them 6 times, each hit has a chance to drop, 60% chance to drop mesos. So let's say one Savage Blow drops 3 mesos. That's pretty conservative, it's pretty fair. 60% chance per hit with 6 hits. Let's bring it down to 50%. 3 mesos drop per Savage Blow on average. To get to 15, you need to hit the mob, what, 5 times? And at that point, your pickpocket meso is capped. So we're going to see what meso explosion, how this works off of pickpocket. Is it going to be relevant now? Is it something that people are going to put in instead of Band of Thieves? Or are they just going to forego these 2 skills again and, you know, become not that important? Flash jump level 1. So it looks like flash jump at level 1 goes less distance, but the difference isn't really that big. Okay, let's give max points to meso explosion. We're gonna put that there. And we are going to bring pickpocket into play. Let's put it, where should we put it? Right there, sure. So now we have pickpocket, haste, booster. I go down here. How I would grind is I would proc this, get my attack boost, and maybe trigger some assaulter here. Now already I am capped on my meso. Am I? Let's see if I can cap it out. There's a lot more meso than 15. What is going on? Max 15 mesos can exist. Gremlin, what's going on, buddy? You guys think that's 15? I think I need a place where there's... Oh, here's a perfect area. So let's see if I can get it to a point where pickpocket no longer drops mesos. It looks like it keeps dropping. So, oh, they disappear over time. So they keep dropping, but they disappear as they go. So let's see how much damage meso explosion does now. So that's it. So really, dude, I don't know about that one. What do you guys think? I think that is extremely underwhelming. So mesos disappear after a while, and when you blow them up, the damage seems pretty... The damage seems just really underwhelming. Let's see. That's it. That's really it. Why would I use that? Why would I put points in? That's at max level too. Why would I put points into meso explosion and pickpocket if it's like this? Is it doing more damage than Savage Blow? Is it really? Sometimes meso explosion does over 10 lines. Really? Am I just not getting that right now? I need to go to a place where there's a large amount of mobs, or there's like party grinding going on, so I can kind of test this out. But the point is, I want to go away. I want to go away from having to drop mesos. Okay, that did a lot of damage right there. There was a lot of lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Let me see if I can pop this. Come here. Come here, Pepe. Dude, they messed up my character, dude. Oh my god. No, not like this. What is that assaulter just now? What was that? Why am I staying in same place when I use assaulter? Like, what is that? The physics is just wonky. That's not what I'm used to. Oh man, this is not... I'm sad. I'm sad because I just have to accept it. What am I gonna do? This is the changes. I want to pop this off, but man, it's so... Okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I see. Yeah, that did a lot of damage right there. Why am I not... Why is it not using meso explosion? My meso explosion is not triggering. I'm pressing the button, but it's not going off. You still got sniper, right? I do. So we're... What's up, Gremlin? Right now they have testing going on, and they'll jump you to level 100. Okay, that was pretty insane amount of damage. Okay, I see how they want you to play now. I think meso explosion and pickpocket might actually be better, but I'm still very sad about assaulter. That's what makes me more sad. So I see. So when you can get it right, it pops like at least like more than 10 lines on an enemy. Oh my god, what was that? That was insane. How many lines was that? Like, it went out of the screen. That was crazy. Maybe it's the map? What do you mean? Like, what's different about Assaulter? Oh boy, I wish I could. I'm gonna have to show you. I'll show you what Assaulter is supposed to feel like. So remember this. Remember this Assaulter. It's very fast, but what it can't do in this version of MapleStory is you can't jump and use Assaulter. So I should be able to jump like this and use Assaulter. I should be able to jump like that and use Assaulter and end up on the platform. The whole... And sure, maybe it's preference, and maybe I'm just being stubborn, but I think it's just the concept of it. Not only do I like it that way personally, I'll admit, but I think it also fits well with the class design. It's limited, it's locked. You have to be on a platform to use Assaulter. It used to not be like that. It used to, I can use it off of a rope to advance to the next platform. But now I can't do that. And plus it's wonky right now. I don't know why I would fall off there. And another bad thing. When I use Assaulter, I'm supposed to end up clearly on the other side of the enemy with enough space that I don't get hit. But that's not what's happening here. When I use Assaulter, look at that. I'm running into the enemy. I'm running into the enemy. Why am I running into the enemy? That should not have happened. They need to work on Assaulter. I do think that's a flaw. Looks like Meso Explosion and what am I missing? Looks like Meso Explosion and Pickpocket is great. Just testing it out real quick. I think this is yeah, that's awesome to see. I love that. But Assaulter really needs to get reverted back, or they need to work on it more. Like, what is that? This should not be happening with Assaulter. Why am I falling off the map and using Assaulter in place? Assaulter, you're supposed to go doom, 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 doom. You know what I mean? The distance traveled is always fixed. But in this version, I'm getting clipped out of the map and I'm moving different range based on where I'm located and where the monster is. You know, that needs to get fixed. This should not happen. Okay, Assaulter's really unfortunate. I do like the update they made to Pickpocket and Meso Explosion. It seems like it does good amount of damage, and I could see people putting points into it instead of just rushing. Again, just like the archers, the rangers and snipers, all they did was level arrow rain and arrow eruption, and it made the playstyle dull. There's no class identity there. But now they have to use strafe and all that. They have to use strafe and final attack and other skills in their arsenal to grind. And it makes the playstyle more fun and more akin to their class design. And I think the same thing with Chief Bandits. A lot of Chief Bandits, in order to get through third job, they level Band of Thieves. Not anymore. I don't think so. I think Pickpocket and Meso Explosion is going to be a great alternative for mobbing and grinding. Band of Thieves is extremely boring anyway. You know, if you go Band of Thieves, I just don't think you understand the charm of Chief Bandit and you want to just get by to get by, which is fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you're not getting to experience what was a cool skill design of Assaulter, and now it's kind of wonky, it's limited. Like, what is going on? It is so buggy. I'm falling off the map every time I use it. I think they need to, for Chief Bandits, give the cooldown on flash jump. That's fine, but have the ability to use Assaulter in conjunction or right after flash jump. Unlock that mobility for us in a different way. We are still a thief. For hermits, don't give any cooldown and revert it back to the old distance of flash jump. I think that's what's best for the hermit. And for Chief Bandits, if you want to give them a reduced flash jump, that's fine. With cooldowns, that's fine too. But give us the ability to use Assaulter in conjunction. Let us feel like bandits and thieves. Don't let us feel like don't let us feel like we have to compete in terms of mobility with warriors. Warriors already do a great amount of damage. Let us at least have that identity and that pro of having the best mobility in the game and being the most versatile. I feel very limited playing this character right now, and it's just unfortunate because in Maple Land, the Assaulter is crisp. It allows you to use it post jump, so you have a unique identity as a Chief Bandit that no other class can do. And yeah, you really stand out in that sense, and the playstyle is unique. It plays differently than every other class. But let's check out I guess Mesoguard now. We have 35 more skills. Chakra. So Chakra works with Dark Sight. Let's try using Chakra. Let's see what this does. So at level 3, Dark Sight, this is a passive skill now. If I use Dark Sight and the HP is below 50%, it restores a total of 17% HP over 3 seconds. So if I use it now, will it trigger? No, it won't. I have too much HP. I go get hit one time. There we go. So now if I use it, it'll trigger. Just like that, it restores my HP. That's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. That's pretty cool. And I like the fact that they made it into a one less button. Like you don't have to press, you don't have to have another skill on the hotkey. You can just trigger Dark Sight. Inkwell did say third job skill needs rework, so let's hope they get it right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's work in progress. And look, some of what I'm saying, maybe others don't agree. I'm still gonna welcome the game how it comes. It just means that my opinions and my analysis didn't win in the public arena of opinions and ideas. And I'll accept the game and I'll play the game however it comes. But I'm definitely gonna input my voice and opinion to see if they will consider and give me an ear and change it to the way I think it should be. Let's look at Mesoguard. So Mesoguard, while active, use Meso to block. We know this. Wayne, what's going on, man? Nothing much has changed about Mesoguard. So if I use Mesoguard, is it a toggle now? Is that what it is? Oh, it's a toggle now. Cool. We can just press it one time and forget about it. I have tried Ranger, Sniper, and Chief Bandits. Yes. Strength Dagger is viable. They are one attack speed faster, but not sure if it's worth it. I personally think Strength Daggers look better, so I like it more for that very simple reason. And let's say, okay, we have to speculate when we talk about these type of things. So we're going to speculate on what the game will release in the future. Let's say they release Dragon Conjar, which is an extremely powerful shield. It gives you weapon attack as a shield. It's a sword shield. So you equip it as a shield, but it's actually you're just dual wielding. The Dragon Conjurer has like attack plus attack 7 in OSMS and in Maple Land, and let's say that releases, that requires you to have strength in order to equip it. So in Maple Land, the most bandits right now, if you can even afford Dragon Conjurer because it's very expensive, will go the route of putting points into strength. Now you don't have to do it that way. You can put it into Dex and just wear a shield that gives you more luck or Dex. But I personally like dual wielding, and I like the strength daggers. They look cooler. If you look at a strength dagger versus a Dex based dagger, you'll see that Dex based daggers look very different from strength based. Strength based daggers almost look like little mini knives and swords, and I think that's a lot cooler. So I really like Meso Explosion. I'm having fun with Meso Explosion. The only issue I really have is just the Assaulter. That's about it. Everything else I am a fan of. Sheesh. That Meso Explosion feels nice, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know it would do that much damage. I guess it's doing 15 lines of damage. That's what it's doing, I think. Oh my, how many lines was that? That's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. 혹시 시프도 플래시 점프가 있나요? 네, 플래시 점프 있습니다. 점프 좀 더 넣어봐야 되겠다. 사거리는 이거밖에 안 되고요. 사거리는 좀 짧아요, 많이. 우리한테 익숙한 것보다. A lot of people are saying to get rid of flash jump for CB and make Assaulter go further and be able to use midair. That's the thing, you were able to use Assaulter midair. They changed it now where you can't. That's the unfortunate part. Is that Inkwell? There's no way that's Inkwell, right? That's just some guy trolling. Which content update introduced Conjure originally? Dragon Conjure? Which content was that? I can't remember, honestly. I think it was after New Leaf City and the Crimsonwood Keep content. I think it's from that era. Oh, that was Inkwell. That's crazy. That was Inkwell. I saw Inkwell. Hi, Inkwell. I don't want to overwhelm him, so we're just gonna let him be. Love what you did with Pickpocket and Meso Explosion. We're gonna say some good things because I'm sure he has to deal with a lot of people coming at him, requesting stuff. So it's sometimes nice just to hear some positive message. I'm sure he has a lot on his shoulders and a lot on his mind. So we're just gonna talk about the good things for now and give him time to figure it out, because I'm sure the things that I'm talking about, other people are noticing too and talking about as well. So we'll give Inkwell some space. Happy to hear that at least bandits are happy. I do think Assaulter a bit wonky though. I'm sure I'm just not gonna say anything. But hey, I'll play. No, it's not fake. He actually gave me a buff. And you can't double click him. Wait, yeah, you can't double click him. Can I? Yeah, he doesn't have... No, this is Inkwell. He gave us GM's like blessing or something. Blessing of Wind. All classes will be under review and changed a lot later. But he said true. This Inkwell said true. 인퀄이 운영자냐? 오한별씨예요. 오한별씨. 인퀄이 오한별씨입니다. This Inkwell said true. My guy said true when I that this game it runs smoother than Maple Land. He already said the game will launch without third job. That's already been confirmed. Does Meso Explosion also work on Meso Drop by party members? Nope. Only Meso Explosion only works from your Meso. And he's gone. Will we get Maple Classic before GTA 6? Will we? I'm pretty sure we will, right? I think a lot of people are anticipating this year. So. So we have about 15 meso here. Let's see if I can get more meso on here. Look at that damage go up. That's nice to see. I'm pretty sure that's 15 lines. That's what's going on. 15 mesos are exploding at once. Yeah, 15 mesos are exploding at once, which is the max meso that can be on the field through pickpocket at any given time. So they're all exploding at one time, which gives you that huge lines of damage that just keeps going up. This will be really strong at bosses, right? I can already picture this is gonna be one of the OP skills in bossing. Because you hit Savage Blow, what, 3, 4, 5 times, you have 15 meso on the feet on top of the boss, like at Zakum. You blow it up one time, 15 mesos blow up with a huge 15 liner damage. Pretty dope, pretty dope. I can see, I can envision it. I need to sell all these. Not that it really matters. I think I can change my class one more time. So let's go back to town. Look at all these pigs. I believe it was at 132. So here in about 5 minutes, I can switch over to Hermit and we can try Hermit. And we'll go from there. I think that will be my last class that I try for today. Yeah, you see all these people, man. It's pretty crazy. I'm guessing Inkwell was here. Probably got all these people to turn into pigs. You miss those card games? I wish I had one. I wanna play some Omok while I'm waiting. Ooh. Yes, let's play some Omok while we wait. Oh, look. We even got a little upgrade here. 안녕하세요 제이드님. 이미 테스팅한 게 레인저 해봤고 저격수 해봤고 심화 해봤습니다. 심화 테스팅 좀 안타까운 점도 있었는데 좋은 점도 있었던 것 같아요. 메소 익스플로전이 참 좋았던 것 같고 픽파켓하고 메소 익스플로전이 참 좋게 개편된 것 같고 어설터가 좀 많이 아쉬웠던 것 같습니다. 어설터. 오, almost hit myself with the mic. 저번에 스킬 변화 읽어주실 때 픽파켓 코인 15개 이상 드랍 안 된다는 건 어땠나요? 15개 이상으로 떨어지기 시작하면은 코인이 없어지는데 이게 옛날 메이플 스토리의 심화의 메소 익스플로전이 문제가 뭐였냐? 스킬 설명에는 그 동전이 15개 폭파가 된다고 이 설명에는 나와 있는데 전혀 그러지 않았었거든요. 그러니까 이게 픽파켓에 그 문제가 뭐였냐, 버그가 있었어요. 옛날 메이플 스토리에는. 메이플 랜드에도 그렇고 스킬을 21 이상 투자를 안 하는 이유가 바로 그거기도 하고. 근데 여기서는 이제 픽파켓으로 통한 매소가 15개 딱 떨어지는 게 한 세비지 블로우를 두세 방, 세네 방 쓰면 그게 다 드롭이 되더라고요. 그래서 세비지 블로우 세네 방 쓰고 메소 익스플로전을 터트리면은 이게 그 데미지 줄이 화면 밖을 벗어날 정도로 데미지 줄이 짜자자작 올라가는데 그게 일단 쾌감도 좋고 많은 면으로 재밌더라고. 근데 어설터가 좀 많이 아쉬웠던 것 같아요. 어설터가 정말 많이 아쉬웠어요. 어설터만 빼면 참 좋았는데 어설터만 제대로 해줬다면. Oh man. This game gonna end? He's got me kind of like surrounded. Not looking too great for me. Which one do I want to take away? I think I want to take away. 와, 그럼 메이크 터트릴 때도 한 번에 15개까지 가능한 건가요, 이제? 네. 이제 한 번 터트릴 때 15개까지 터트려지는 것 같아요. 그게 참 좋은 것 같습니다. 시원시원해요, 한 번 터질 때마다. Is it true, as a Discord user claimed, that the meso amount no longer affects meso explosion damage, so one meso drop from pickpocket are all you need? I'm not exactly sure about how that works, to be honest with you. Guy wants to change the pace. I'm not gonna let him. 공격권을 나한테서 뺏어가려고 하는데 절대 안 되지. 계속 공격해야 돼요, 이거는. Attack non-stop. Oh, he beat me. GG, man. Okay, I think we can change our class now, so let's go do that. Alright, let's try the Hermit. Hermit 한번 시험해보죠. Hermit. Oh, what happened? Hermit. Ooh, I don't have free space in my inventory. Okay. Five empty slots. Oh, use tab. Okay, in here. There we go. 자, 이제 허밋 테스트 해볼게요. Bandits is the best class in the game in the current state. Bandits are strong. Bandits are definitely strong. Now, their assaulter definitely needs to get fixed. Assaulter's wonky. Assaulter needs some attention. Go with Lucky 7, Nimble Body, Keen Eyes. Then we want to put points into Dark Side, right? This Dark Side's still there. Lucky 7, put in delete. 121 points. Let's see. Critical recovery. 이거 새로운 스킬인데 이것도 한번 찍어보고. We're gonna put points into this because it's new. Mastery, obviously, for damage purposes we need. Critical damage at max level, 마스터리는 당연히 올려야 되고, 이제 마스터리는 무기 공격력 20과 표창을 던졌을 때 25%의 확률로 던진 표창을 회수하는 기능이 생겼고, 패시브가 생겼고, Cloud Mastery has attack power 20 and 25% chance to retrieve used throwing stars. So less trips to the potion shop to refill your throwing stars. Critical throw gives 15% crit rate and 35% crit damage. This is kind of the opposite of Rangers. Rangers have higher crit rate. I think it's like 25% and less critical damage. So every time you crit as an assassin, you do more damage. 크리티컬 히트가 이제 보우마스터와 나이트로드의 차이점. 나이트로드는 크리티컬 확률이 적으나 크리티컬 데미지가 높고, 활을 쓰는 궁수 같은 경우에는 크리티컬 확률, 크리티컬이 터질 확률이 높은데 크리티컬 데미지가 낮아졌습니다. 그리고 이건 새로 추가된 스킬, 허밋의 어쌔신의 스킬인데, 크리티컬 데미지가 터졌을 때 HP와 MP를 회복하는 스킬. When you land a critical hit with critical recovery, this is a new skill. When you land a critical hit, I think at max level it's 100% chance to recover 10 HP and 10 MP. We're going to hold on to that for now because we have limited amount of skill points that we have. We want to make sure we put points into drain. So I want to put points into drain, see how good this is. And then booster, obviously, we want to put like 10. Or actually, yeah, we want to put like 5. 140 seconds is good. And then we'll put all into critical recovery. These are all passives. A lot of passive skills here. 3 passive, 3 active. Not much really going on for the... Not much going on really for the assassin, I would say. It's pretty much still lucky 7, and you use drain. And you get haste, which makes you faster. And claw booster, obviously. Let's equip our stuff here. My stats are too low, of course. But 70 to dex, so we gotta put 61, and like that. Put this on. Everything is the same. Okay. Let's go. Do I have my... Where's my claw? I don't see my claw. Oh, what? Oh my god, dude. My dex is too low. Let's go here. But we need to go 70 dex, which is 66. And then like this. There we go. This is the effect, what drain looks like. The skill animation looks the same. Lucky 7 as well. Did we put points into keen eyes? We did. Okay, well, we're gonna look at third job advancement here in a bit. Flash jump was CD, what WTF? A lot of people are upset. How much damage does drain do? 240%. 12 chance to absorb 15% of damage as HP. Oh, you guys can't really see when it's over there. So drain now does 240% damage which honestly, it does a little less than Lucky 7, which is kind of crazy. And 12 chance to absorb 15% damage. So it's not 100%, 12% chance. It feels pretty low, but if you're attacking fast like the Hermit, I guess it works out. Let's see if I can get it to trigger here. There we go. We can see the HP going up once in a while here when it does trigger. Let's see if we can get it to trigger. That 12% is really low, huh? There we go. It triggers here and there. I feel like 12% is pretty low. Just to take advantage of the 15% HP absorption, you have to spam it for like 4 to 5 times, maybe even more, 5 to 6 times even. More than that actually, 12%. What is that? More than 8 times. 8 times 12 is 96. So about 8 times you have to throw this to kind of like 6 to 8 times is looking like the average, just to get the effect of drain. Now, is that worth it? You know, of course, when we have to analyze and become efficient Andes, doesn't seem like it's really worth it for me. But let's look at Claw Guard now. Let's look at third job advancement skills. Let's see what we got going on here. Claw Guard. When a claw is equipped, weapon defense plus 23% chance to block physical attacks. So as we put more points into it, it's a new skill that we got, and it also gives you a chance to block physical attack, which is kind of insane, and gives you some weapon defense. We are very squishy, so this could be something extremely good. 클라가드라는 새로운 스킬이 나왔는데 물리 방어력을 높여주는 스킬과 그리고 이제 기본 공격력을 방어해주는, 방패를 낀 상태에서 블로킹이 나는 것처럼 그런 효과를 볼 수 있는 새로운 스킬인데, 어디 마스터하면 얼마나 올려주는지 볼까? 마스터하기에는 좀 아깝고 10포인트? 블로킹 확률이 올라가네요. 물리 방어력도 올라가면서 블로킹 확률도 올라가네. 이게 아마 5%로 올라가지 않을까, 마스터 레벨 하면은. So as you put more points into it, weapon defense, maybe you can forego 40 weapon defense. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it's definitely, it can definitely help in a long period. If you look at, like, let's say you're doing a raid and you're in there for 30 minutes, maybe weapon defense 40 can save you 10 to 100 pots depending on how the weapon defense algorithm works. But the base, my point is that in a long, elongated fight, having weapon defense kind of helps in the long run. And it looks like your chance to block goes up with every 10 points into the skill. So I'm assuming at master level, if you put 20 points into it, it'll have 5% chance to block physical attacks. Meso Saver. Protect yourself with Meso. While the effect is active, it prevents death once when in critical danger and recovers a certain amount of HP. Uses 30 times level in Meso Magic Stone 1. Prevents death from fatal damage. Oh, what is this? 이거는 또, this is something pretty cool. I don't think I saw this in the data mine. Or did I? Maybe I didn't catch it. This is like a GA in League of Legends. It's basically a GA. So it's a 10-minute skill. I wonder if this has a cooldown. But you get brought back to life. It consumes a magic stone, and it uses 30 times level in Meso. I'm guessing that means if I'm level 100, 30 times is 3,000. 3,000 Meso to get a Guardian Angel, essentially. Revive if you die. I kind of want to put some points into this later and see. Shadow Partner. Now it looks like it does more damage the more points you put into it. I think that was always the case too. So this hasn't changed. Did they give us some summoning rocks? Okay, they did. Summoning rocks and all that. So we'll put some 5 points into Shadow Partner for now. Avenger, same thing. Not much has changed from Avenger. Flash Jump. This we already know is pretty underwhelming. We're gonna put that there. This is essentially a Flash Jump of Hermits now. I don't like this change. I think Hermits definitely need no CD and longer ranged Flash Jump. And it's not because, you know, I'm trying to make the game faster pace and easier to grind. It's none of that. It's just, it fits in with the Hermits class design. I don't think Hermits and Chief Bandits should have all that restrictions that's been put on them. Chief Bandits with Assaulters, it's wonky, it's restrictive. And then Flash Jump for Hermits, it's an iconic skill that a lot of people love to use and have good memories with. Putting a restriction on it just for the sake of nerfing the class. They can nerf the class in other ways, but leave the mobility skills for Thieves alone. I think that that's what makes them Thieves, is them having great mobility. So I'm not a fan of restricting mobility or reducing mobility. Flash Jump is the same. Avenger is pretty much the same as well. Let's see. Go ahead and put Shadow Partner at D, and then Shadow Web. We're gonna try this out, but I don't know if we're gonna like this. It looks like they're really trying to give like incorporate Meso with Hermits as well into the Thieves, because Thieves, you know, they're thieves, they're ladrones, 도둑. So they're using a lot of Meso. They're incorporating Meso into their kit, not just with the Chief Bandit, but also with the Hermit too. Pretty cool. Meso Saver, GA. I guess we'll just kind of put it here for now. A Shadow Web. What this will do, we'll kind of try it out. Shadow Meso replaces MP with Mesos and attacks enemies with the damage based on the amount of Mesos thrown. Nullifies the monster's weapon defense up. Okay. Throws 200 Mesos to deal 8x the damage. Chance to reduce Meso cost by 50% based on dex. Oh, okay. Do we dump our points into this and kind of see? There's so many things I want to try. Why didn't they just make us level 110 or something? I feel like that would have been better. Okay, let's see what this does. Does that slow them? Okay, it slows them. The range is ass though. Okay. Wait, I have Shadow Partner. Why am I not? Oh yeah, this is Drain. That's why. I guess if you have Shadow Partner and you're using Drain, because each hit is a 12%, so it actually goes up to 24% to drain enemies, and that's not terrible. 여기 보시면 this is the Meso Saver, the GA. 여기 보시면 이제 허밋에게 생길 가엔 같은 스킬. 죽으면 다시 부활하는 스킬. 플래시 점프가 the fact that this flash jump is really underwhelming, I have to say. I feel like I'm not. Why is Drain not proccing? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this class, to be honest. Shadow web up to 3 enemies. Don't think people will be using this very much. Let's try Shadow Meso. Let's see what this is about. So this is a new skill, right? That we haven't seen. Let's try what this does. You throw Meso. What is that? Ooh. Some AI thing popped up. So you throw Meso instead of your stars. I think I need to put... And you can use it when a boss uses weapon defense up and nullifies your weapon damage. You can use it to kind of bypass that. Honestly, seems pretty useless to me, other than those very niche moments. What's up, man? Am I enjoying the test? I am. I am enjoying the test indeed. Okay. So, Shadow Meso, maybe you can use it at the boss when the weapon defense is up and you're not just sitting there like a lost duck. Oh, that's pretty good, I guess. Meso Saver. Honestly, I would probably max this out for block chance. And then obviously max out Shadow Partner. And then here, probably max out Flash Jump. Yep. Max out Avenger. And then Shadow Meso Saver. And Shadow Meso and Shadow Web. Very niche skills. Probably not going to use as much. That's what I think is going to happen. This Hermit class, I think the only thing they really need to change is to revert the Flash Jump. That is my opinion on the Hermit. Everything else seems pretty cool. Maybe Drain could have a little bit of a higher percentage, maybe 15% instead of 12. 12 just seems awkward anyway. Like you're just kind of there. Most of the time they round it out by fives. So 45, 50, 55. It's never like 92 or 88 or 12 for Drain. It just seems awkward. Maybe they can make it into a 15 or 20% because it just doesn't proc as much as you think it would. Look, it's still not procking. I've used it 5 times now. It's not procking. Why is it not procking? It takes forever to proc. Why would I ever use this, you know? Maybe it's a bug, I don't know. But it has a 12 chance to absorb 15% damage. And if you can look at my HP, it is refusing to go up. So I think it's really low. It's too low. With Shadow Partner, you should theoretically have 24%, and this doesn't even feel like 24%. So. Did you test Dark Knight yet? Interested in what you think about the changes. I haven't yet. I haven't gotten to the Warriors today because of the 1 hour like requirement that you gotta wait. I haven't been able to test out as many as I would like. 안녕하십니까. Okay, so there we go. We've tried 4 classes today. All pretty cool, unique in their own way, and I have fun trying them out. I'll be right back. All right. We've tried 4 classes today. Tomorrow we'll try the remaining. Wow, there's 7 tomorrow. Wait, no, there's 5 tomorrow that I would have to try. But I probably start with warriors. Right, we tried the archers and the thieves today. I'll start the warriors tomorrow. We'll go through the warriors. I don't know if I want to go through the mages. I'll be honest, I've never been a fan of mages. So, but anyway, we'll see tomorrow. It was already like, it took me 4 hours to go through. Yeah, it took me 4 hours to go through 4. So tomorrow another 4 would take 5 hours. We'll see. We'll see how we do it. But anyways, guys, I'm out for today. I will be going live tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. I had a great time. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like. I stream 5 days a week, usually in the AM time. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is my normal schedule. But because of the beta testing going on right now, I'm kind of like all over the place, trying to make the most out of it. But come hang out with me. I usually play MapleStory, Maple Land, and when Classic comes out, definitely will consider playing it. No guarantees yet. And I also play other console games too, so just come and hang out. 오늘 방송 여기까지 할 거고, 시청해주신 분들, 같이 함께 해주신 분들 너무 즐거웠고요. 새로운 직업들을 알아봤는데 내일은 계속 해가지고 전사 계열 직업 3차 직업 알아보면서 이제 법사도 시간이 되면 좀 알아보는 걸로 하겠습니다. 좋아요 한번 눌러주시고, 방송 주 5일 한국 시간 기준 새벽에 방송을 많이 하는데 많이 놀러와 주셔서 함께 시간 보내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 구독해주시고 그리고 내일도, 원래 내일은 휴일인데 휴방하는 날인데 이제 클래식 서버가 베타 테스팅을 진행 중이기도 하고, 최대한 방송을 많이 해서 베타 테스팅을 플레이하며 경험을 해보려고 하거든요. 그래서 내일도 방송을 켜서 진행을 할 겁니다. 그럼 전 여기서 이제 가보고 내일 찾아뵙겠습니다, 방송으로. Alright everyone, I'm out. See you guys later. Bye guys.